Start streaming, and we are live.
Good to go.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here for another session of Sea of Sorrows. I'm your DM, Goth Google, and last week we were down 2 players. One who is no longer with our campaign for personal reasons. They decided to take a long hiatus. Jeebus was off vacationing. And so, what did we have? We had a great dialogue between Elliot, Kyle, a 15-year-old Rudolph Van Richten, and a tabaxi with green hair named Snowy. A lot of questions were answered, a lot of things were broached. Aura was taken by a creature of the mists known as Winchester. And since I don't like playing people's characters when they're not here, Deckham was holding down the fort at the village tavern, while Kyle and Elliot attempted to fight back. Elliot dealing a heavy blow against this creature known as Winchester. However, it was not enough, and Aura was taken from the party. After which they reconvened at the tavern to talk to Van Richten, Snowy, and listen to the shopkeep complain about a guy who kept shitting himself. So, welcome back. And we change our scene.
So did these two just come back, or were they talking?
You
We
guys
were
have been in
talking.
the tavern for a bit.
Yeah, we were talking with
just-
we were talking with Uncle Richard for a bit, and then he just left. I would assume.
Okay, let's
And you also
let's-
saw just a quick little, I guess one would say a skit moment of Snowy basically grabbing Elliot and basically giving him a chest-to-face experience, and in order to keep sane,
The exact term was, she showed you the snowy mountains.
yes.
Why she had their name.
And Elliot's response was he got a maul and he hit his hand in order to focus on the pain and not on the temptation. So there is a nice little cracked dent on the table there.
You know we're gonna have to pay for that, right?
Personality functions restored. Update complete.
Okay.
Where the heck-
Awake.
How did I get here?
You walked?
Really?
Yeah, you were kind of talking for a little bit. Said you'd watch here while we were going to attempt to save Aura, at the very least.
You were also escorting Sister Samantha, I think her name was, or
Yes, that's the last thing I believe I remember is escorting her through town, and then, well, I got this update screen, and here we are.
cracks hand knuckles.
Did you get into a fight?
We did.
Himself.
We also fought the pistol wraith that took Aura.
Oh,
Hey,
that
Dora's
was
not
fun.
just brooding somewhere, he's actually gone.
From gestures as he switches seats more properly to give Deckham space and also Kyle. Then gestures to Kyle. I believe Kyle has a better description of what happened to Aura.
Literally faded into mist as he, or wait, was it mist or water that he faded into? Because I
Mist.
do remember he was okay. Yeah,
The mist
I
came
went-
and grabbed him, and
yeah, he just kind of fizzled out. So yeah, I ran up, got shot, got kind of hurt, dodged a little bit of the bullet, and then he kind of just fizzled into the mist, probably becoming one with it, and now he's gone for the time being.
Oh dear, that's going to be difficult to locate him.
Well, we do know, at the very least, whatever the fuck it was, what was it? That the mist it was originating from didn't seem to want to do anything with the town, which is weird.
That's strange. As you guys are as we're having this conversation, Deckham is casting mending on the table.
Yes, we also have been invited to the Abbey, which apparently, from my understanding, these sisters are from the Faith of Ezra, that our branch of Darkon does not. I don't think that they are the absurdly zealotry types, but
Deckham, why did your stereo system go off again?
I don't know! It was supposed to be on mute.
that is a strange ability, but it might serve as a distraction. Anyway,
This is prestidigitation,
there
really.
was- Anyway, there was also the fact that there were the children, one of them which might be of interest for information, or at least to ask. But I do say or caution that we don't act like inquisitors or interrogators like the short one that claims to be Van Richten, of an old man, and the Tabaxi woman. If anything that shows, it seems that they lack their manners and thus were barred from talking with the children.
I mean, once a Richard, always a Richard anyway. She says that she kind of just like kind of leans back in her chair a little bit. Or I guess it's a
Right.
bench, so.
Trying to remember the exact name of this one. I think it was Lauren. No, wait.
Well, you were in the Abbey at the very least, Elliot.
Yes.
Did it look off?
As far as I know, it was holy ground.
That doesn't necessarily mean it
Concentrated.
still can't be off, per se.
As far as I know, the children, or at least the orphans, are doing, or at least relatively keeping to themselves. The one that may have information that we're looking for is a Candace Lawrence. She managed to escape and ran through the forest, to reach the Abbey. I suspect there may be more to her story than what has been said.
Oh, Candace? Yeah, that was a shame.
Oh. Oh, you know, sir, what happened to her parents?
Well, I mean, I didn't see it myself, but the old abbot, he went over there to the farm because it was first one of the happenings, whatever, monsters. But he was pale beforehand, and when he came back, I think all the color, like a sheet.
Do you know where this farm is?
Far side of the island. You take the old goat trail through the woods. I really don't suggest it with the fog being the way it is.
That's where the gun wraiths seem to be originating from, if we really want to risk that.
That thing was fucking crazy. And all that noise?
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me, old man.
Never seen anything like that.
I also counted that there was a celestial, or at least a small bit of a celestial within the Abbey. Possibly, from what Van Richten had mentioned, was a possible, I believe they called them Azamars. But as far as me walking around the Abbey, nothing seemed off, at least not on first glance. and I did promise that we'd be there after lunch within a few hours before dusk. So, course of action, we should go head over there now, or perhaps head to the farm first and see if we can get any clues there.
Well, it seems like the farm is quite the jaunt. We should go and investigate the unfortunate children. And then after that, we should, if we don't find what we're looking for, go see what happened at this farmhouse. If it's the first side of the attack, they were probably sloppy.
I'm still wondering if this is really an attack. Mostly because, again, a child running through the forest, I believe it was roughly about 5 or 10 miles, I don't remember the exact numbers, but to travel that far alone if we are dealing with lycanthrope beasts or other such creatures, I wonder if there's more to her story than was being told by others.
It's about 5 miles. But the abbot said we should stay away from that place.
Why, is it cursed or something?
Again, he came back a lot paler. Like, you know how you get the... we had an old soldier here for years. He used to do this thing where he'd just kind of stare off, and you could tell he wasn't here. He was wherever he went through shit. Speaking of shit, can you do that crazy mumbo jumbo over here? I think there's shit stains on the floor.
Oh God.
Did somebody defecate in the bar?
Yeah,
Multiple
that bastard.
times. Sadly.
The individual has already left.
I don't have prestidigitation. I can't help.
Davis, you're the worst sorcerer. Shoot the shit. Quite literally.
I'm sure as the handler of this bar, you would have known that the individual that has defecated your facility should be held responsible.
I don't want that bastard back in here. I mean, until he takes his tab.
I mean, can't what I gave you before at least cover some of his tab? She pulled up the 1 gold coin that she gave him.
Do we know this gentleman?
No, not quite. Just some.
Honestly, not the first time. That's the problem with it, really.
Right.
I'll be honest. I got the mop ready. I just, I mean, I wanted to run a bar, not clean a shitter.
I believe
what's
that
the
would be
difference?
your problem to conquer. Not ours.
That's what everybody says.
Elliot just takes his leave.
Yeah, same.
Do you
is it
know
like-
him? Does he live in town?
Yeah. He lives on the edge of town. It's a bit of a wuss.
Just gets directions to house.
Oh my God, we're about to beat this man.
No. As Decim follows you guys out and closes the door gently. I believe that man might have seen something. Nobody just randomly shits everywhere and doesn't have a traumatic story about it.
God, I hope not.
Especially
Right
since the
on.
people of town don't seem to like to talk to him, he might be willing to give us some information.
If somebody wants to roll me a perception.
I got it.
I'll do it too, because
9.
23.
I rolled a fucking 3.
Hey, I'm so glad the rolls from yesterday carried over.
not just that, but if you look
This is
at
my
it,
life.
it's just like the numbers seem to be going up as
Yeah, they're trending upwards.
Your factory sensors and everything are not working because you don't even know what the guy looks like. Both of you, about a block down, talking to an old lady, you see Richard Shitpants himself
Oh yes, the
trying to buy
other
a chicken.
Richard. I believe
Ellie just
that's
points
the
him out
guy
to
we're looking
Duncan.
for. Yeah.
That's your man.
Alright, since I don't have a nose.
Not just that, but Elliot would just simply add, yes, I did threaten him by chance, so...
Deckham, in his 7'2", full-bodied, menacing armor, walks up. Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, I didn't think I had any left.
God.
Oh my god, you're fucking huge. I mean, are you here to kill me? Please just take it quick.
No, I am
I've
not
had a
here to
rough
kill
day.
you, my friend.
Friend?
Deckham's lights kind of turned pink for a second.
Nobody wants to
Processing.
be Richard's friend.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
Hey, Richard, I mean, my friend, so yeah. On account of that, I've been scared of pretty much everything all my life.
Well, I have definitely had many a friend who was more than terrified of me in first meeting. Now, sir, I do have to wonder. We're new in town, and this fog seems rather dangerous. Have you noticed anything about it? I've noticed that my friends who are a bit on the wary side tend to notice things more than the average person. Do I not even need to make a
it's
roll
been
for
creeping
friends?
in and doing weird things to people. I mean, my neighbors went missing.
Right, and when they went missing, did you happen to see anything about it?
No, it was middle of the night and foggy as hell. I just remember hearing the screaming, and I mean, if you're really my friend, I feel like I can confide in you that I pooped myself.
Alright, that is alright. Bit of incontinence has never hurt anyone.
That's how I got my nickname, even though I really wish it wasn't.
May I suggest wearing 2 pairs of pants, so if you do, you can just switch them out quickly.
I do. It doesn't help. I've even tried more fiber in my diet.
Oh my god.
Well, sir, I do apologize for your issues. And if you do hear anything, or if you're wondering, you seem to be slightly the curious type. If you notice anything, please do let us know. We're here to try to help and maybe save the town from all of at least some of their problems here.
Before you go, I mean, if we're friends, what was your name?
Ah, yes, I am Deckham. It's good to meet you, sir.
They call me Richard Brown. But,
That is not
everybody
your
else
last name,
calls
is
me
it?
Brown Pants. You're not a good one.
I see where they make that particular commentary about needing the brown pants now.
Well, sir, maybe after the Abbey has been alleviated of some of the issues, you can head over there and get a cure for your issues. Maybe avoid bread.
There was one thing I hadn't really tried yet.
Yes, I've heard of some people with a rare condition that the glutens in bread make them have issues in the intestinal regions.
The old abbot thought it might be, what do they call it, lactose intolerance.
Do you drink a lot of milk and eat a lot of cheese?
I kind of do run a dairy. it is kind of what's on hand.
Maybe try to cut that out for a week, see if it helps.
I'll think about it.
I heard the milk of almonds is a good substitute. How they found a tit and an almond, I have no idea.
I had to
They-
ask, but what is an almond?
It's a nut.
Deckham, were you able to learn anything new?
Nothing!
Right.
Um,
We shall head to the Abbey now then.
can I roll a perception then as we're walking to see if anyone's around while we're heading up?
That man really needs to work on his diet.
Moogle?
Agreed. Considering what
Yeah,
I've
go ahead
heard.
and roll.
Okay. Here's where I get my nat 1. Never mind, I got my nat 20 instead. Jesus Christ.
Roll me a d10.
Why does God love me and hate Jeebus? I don't know. In these campaigns.
All right, let me see. Where is it? Where are you? The 24, yeah. Let's go with, yeah. So as you're heading out of town, you do see a fellow kind of skirting back down the road
I haven't seen him before.
from the Abbey.
What the?
Why does he look like someone from the fucking Boondocks?
I keep an eye out.
My eyes go both ways, so I know when to cross the road. I guess I'll keep a mental note. Do I see like where he's heading as we're heading up, like back into town, or no?
You watch though as he kind of you hadn't really noticed it at first because you hadn't headed up to the Abbey, and you know you're in a direction, but there is kind of a bit of a grass knoll as it kind of begins the ascent, and you watch as he kind of veers off down this pretty overgrown or grassy, barely a trail, and starts heading down around towards like the area between the town and the Abbey, or the cliffs that the Abbey sits on.
Huh. Guess I'll keep that in mind for the time being.
With a 24 too, you do notice, kind of looking back, just because you're high enough, you do see a familiar 15-year-old kind of sitting up against a tree, but leaning off like he's watching that guy.
Sorry, they kind of cut out. You said a 15-year-old just basically leaning against the tree watching the crazy man.
A familiar 15-year-old.
Of course, Richard's doing that. Yeah, that's what I figured. It took me a minute, but
I mean, he to anybody else's eye, he would look like he's just like, yeah, whatever. It's a nice day out. I'm having a nice sit by a tree.
smoking a cigarette under a tree like every edgy 15-year-old.
Your experience in life, it's kind of,
Yeah, he's staking it out. I got it. I'll keep that in mind. So, Elliot, then Deckham.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm being included.
There's no one else. What?
Ooh, I'm being included.
No one else is around, right? Other than the person I just saw as we're walking up.
Pretty much.
Okay. So when we were facing the gun wraith, and I got shot, and he dissipated, he did leave something.
What exactly did he leave?
She'll pull out the 2 bullets with her name and Elliot's name inscribed onto them.
No. Is this supposed to be that creature's form of a joke?
No, I think it's a threat.
I mean, I know I wasn't there, but that's rude. I feel excluded again.
Oh, considering I did a two-handed downward swing on that thing with all my might, I suppose it has a scar to remember me by. Or at least a bruise.
They're also very cold. Like, extremely cold.
I'll pick the bullet with my name on it.
Being what you are, you know, there is a certain amount of temperature that you can handle. These are fucking cold. You've been around enough necrotic energy in your life, experienced it. This is serious necrotic energy in these things.
Wow. Unfortunately, I used all my divine senses for that day, so I need a long rest to get it.
Well, for now we can just pocket them, but all things considered, I probably wouldn't tell anyone else about them because God knows who we could trust in this place.
I mean, I don't even need to use detect magic to know those 2 are magical.
I'm just wondering how cursed they are and what exactly are their other functions besides being a marking. Since it's clear he left it intentionally for us.
Well, hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us in the ass holding on to these. What kind of caliber bullet are these? I guess investigation or... I don't
Does
know what
Kyle
I'd
have
roll.
much experience with firearms.
It just
has a
says
gun
on the
on her.
base.
She has... I guess, let me think. Hold on, let me roll something. 'Cause I actually don't know. I'd say she knows the general operation of firearms. Not gonna, like, go down to every bullet of every, like, little thing, but she probably has a general idea how work, point, shoot, and maybe some general bullet types, like, stuff like that. But nothing, like, to the extreme. Like a gun nut or anything.
Roll me a history.
Okay. Finally, something I'm bad at. Just kidding. I lied.
Since you spent some time there and such with him on the ship and in combat, your experience in Awu has definitely said that there are multiple calibers of fire or of bullet.
Mm-hmm.
While you never handled one of his, you're kind of thinking these are a really fancy version of the same caliber that Aura was shooting.
You've got to be kidding me.
What's wrong?
Well, these are the roughly. This is giving a general estimate from what these are. These are about the same bullets Aura was shooting. So, guess he's fighting his literal demons.
So I understand that the Wraith took the time to write your name and my name onto Aura's bullets.
Well, you said she was
I'm
shot,
assuming-
so I'm assuming they have similar weaponry.
More than likely. It's not a one for one of his bullets, but they seem to at least have the same general design. Maybe someone from the same plane that he is from? I don't know. Or maybe he just happened to get a hold on the similar guns.
Unfortunately, I have absolutely no knowledge of the firearms. So,
I'm
It
gonna
is
lie, I
all-
was expecting a joke of you talking about someone's arms literally on fire.
and they say that I have a morbid, macabre humor side to myself.
Not. Never mind. You see, like, the moment of, like, just. Ugh, this is why I hate talking to old people.
No, truly. It feels like I fall into some weird stereotype that I have a bad sense of humor, but you truly beat me in that one.
Swear to God, I hate this party because no one laughs at the good jokes and then everyone just nods at the bad jokes.
Nods.
Jeez.
Haha!
Thank you, Deckham. Just make sure your stereo's not turned up as loud. Imagine walking. Was it? There was a like it's just a walkway up to the abbey, right? It's nothing like
yeah, it's
all
just a
that.
road.
Okay.
So I mean, it's definitely had its time. It's got areas where like stones were put in for little bridges, for little gaps, things like that. Where they could definitely bring a wagon up. It's the place itself, you can tell, has been here for a while.
Yeah, it's very
and-
well worn, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
as we're also heading up, I'll just catch up Decamon to some of the information he may have missed, which also including Kyle in case there's some stuff he may have overlooked with the conversation in the Abbey, which he does add. There also seems to be some clues, I guess, to my father's presence or something. I don't know, but it seems like between Van Richten and some of the sisters, or at least the head sister, the abbess, was mentioning of a gentleman of more or less my build and wielding a similar sword that I have.
Well, that used to be his sword, correct?
So I've been told. But I have absolutely no idea if it's true or not.
I mean, at this point, I'm pretty much convinced Ravenloft just takes everyone that it wants and then just spits out what it doesn't.
Is it just me, or is Elliot a bit see-through? So is Kyle's token. Wait,
It's been happening, and I don't know why.
okay. No, I thought it was just because, like, I couldn't, like, fully see them, but yeah, no, their tokens are, like...
Wait, what? I don't
You
know
guys'
what
tokens are, like, 30% transparent. Here, I'll take a fucking picture.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure this out, and it's like,
Moogle broke our tokens, apparently.
I see everyone's tokens pretty well.
Yeah, I do too. I
yeah,
don't
but
know.
if you zoom in, you can see through them.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Let me look. I can't.
No,
Yeah,
I don't.
I don't either.
I remember you
think-
mentioned that. Didn't you?
Nah. It might just be like the engine you're running, but who will know?
I remember.
I mean, mine does it, and it's like the weirdest thing, and I can't remember what I did to. It's like
I
right
think you
now,
mentioned
Kyle's isn't, but
Moogle. So I remember you mentioned this issue thing about a week before, and I think
Yeah.
you changed the owner of the token
right.
or name template, something with the token name. I can't remember exactly because I had no idea such an issue existed, and we actually had to look it up, and you realize it was some sort of legacy issue.
Ugh. Good old roll 20. Making up issues as it goes along. Where'd you throw it, Jeebus? Oh, there
It's
we go.
just loading now.
Oh my god! That's funny. I'm a ghost! I was dead the whole time!
Well, you know what that calls for.
Fucking about to get Divine Smite for 100 damage and die.
Ah! I do not break and enter.
I was gonna say! Declan, you know you can, like, knock, right?
Oh, Elliot already
Yes.
did. But God is dealing with things right now.
They must be in the middle of prayer.
Here's a weird question,
sorry,
Elliot, while we're waiting. I don't worry, I can... Did any of the kids look... abused?
There is the Candace girl who seems to be isolated, ostracized, perhaps. I didn't speak with the children as of yet. They were curious about my appearance, but I didn't interact with them long enough. I was talking to the mother, sister that was watching them like a nanny. But if there is suspecting of bullying or abuse, I have not noticed as of yet. Plus, it wasn't that long after seeing the children and speaking with them that, well, Aura situation happened. But the oldest one, Candace Lawrence, she is definitely one of interest to gather information from, considering I suspect she was among the first to be having problems with the fog and her parents with the beasts. Not to mention, it seems like she was more inclined to read rather than interact with the rest of the other children. My suspicion is that Van Richten and Snowy attempted to make conversation, but due to their
Abrasive.
extreme forwardness and crass taste in formalities, well, the sisters are quite protective of the children.
God. Always the crazy people with the church.
I am from the church, and I don't believe myself to be crazy.
Did you not smack an idol because you thought it was offending your god?
That was because a heretic, or rather a traitor of the belief, decided to begin peeling the skins of innocent people to maintain eternal beauty. And I believe I was fully well in my rights to destroy that idol.
I mean, I nearly died, but don't worry.
Like, you see, like, the thing, like... oh.
They're still
Jeebus.
transparent for me.
It should be fine.
But the
end
NPC
of the
tokens
day-
are not, so it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, because what it is as soon as I set ownership permissions for myself, everybody stopped being transparent online. So, but apparently it's a view of control things for everybody else. It is some kind of weird freaking bug.
Jeebus has it, I guess, because I don't have it. I don't think Miser does either.
Have what exactly?
The bug where we're transparent, like we're see-through for our tokens.
No, I don't.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, Jeebus. You are the lonely lone survivor.
It's okay. I think I'll live.
I think it's just how how Deckham sees us as it is. We're
Yeah, he sees us as fleshy ghosts.
No, just not fully substantial.
Oh my god.
But I do see somebody at the door. Is that answering or
I think he's still a bit busy.
Ah. possibly? Yeah, Elliot just looks over to Deckham and says, I do not regret what I had done, but I am sorry for you getting caught in the crossfires of it.
Oh, water under the proverbial bridge.
Though I am a bit worried if you might run into the more dangerous elements of the belief and faith.
Oh, with our luck, I'm sure we will.
The door opens.
Good afternoon, Tabitha.
Yes. Oh.
These are my comrades,
Hello.
and he just gestures to them.
Kyle does kind of like that two-finger salute off her head towards her.
Such
Elliot.
a-
Elliot pauses for a brief moment.
Please come in.
Kind of almost whispers to the other two, should I be the ones to introduce your names, or...
I mean, if she asks, then if not, it's whatever.
Very well. Steps in. Has there been any new developments?
Other than the fact that the mist did not come for people this time, except for that strange fellow that was with you.
Yes, our traveling companion, Aura.
Did he? I'm guessing he's with him not being with you. He did not make it.
He, as far as we understand, became part of the mist. And let's just say that the culprit will likely have unfinished business with us.
That is distressing.
That it is, but it is just another difficult trial of faith and something to be handled eventually. At least to bring some sort of light and hope into this dreary land. That being said, will there be any time to speak with some of the children and ask for their stories, or at least what they know?
That is up to the abbotess to determine. I must excuse myself. I must return to my duties for cleaning. Did you watch her go over and start dusting a statue?
Are they always this dry? At least from the ones you met while here.
Related to it.
I'll do the inside as well, because for one thing, I don't quite.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't deal with church folk. I don't really want to deal with church folk. God damn it, Nick.
I read people.
Kyle, you don't give a fuck. Elliot,
Yeah.
she's definitely got her mind somewhere else. That's just your experience being around monasteries. Deckham, she kept glancing up towards where you see another group up near the main altar. And she was very uncomfortable and didn't really want to keep talking.
Deckham
And
is
there
going.
might have been an air of distrust towards you, the three of you.
Okay. Deckham kind of leans down to the other two. We should choose our words carefully. She seems on edge with us, and just kind of begins walking towards the front of the people we're about to go talk to. Come along now.
Should I offer our services or
Later.
I suppose?
So as you guys move ahead, you do see Sister Sammy, Sister Laura, and Mother Superior, aka the Abbotess, Evelyn. Since Jeebus hasn't really seen these yet. The Abbotess. You've seen Sister Samantha.
Yep.
And Sister Laura.
Elliot gives a polite bow.
Your
Greetings.
angel.
Nothing that a good night rest can handle and fix, but it seems we had Elliot kind of looks a little surprised of how quickly they approached, but
You heal let's see, 17 points of hit.
17, almost capped.
Yes, I do believe they have a run-in with a creature of the mists. Hello, my name is Deckham.
These two are my traveling companions. And Ellie will step to the side to give.
Great. I didn't want to deal with church people.
And your other friend?
Unfortunately, had vanished within the mist. The creature seemed to have been focusing only after him and was not quite pleased with our interference, but well, with so few you can trust and travel within these lands, you try to protect those that you care about.
Our condolences to you.
Oh, he's a survivor. I'm sure we will find him in time.
Kinda need to.
Well, considering our circumstances, I'm sure that the situation is not as grave as it may seem.
And knock on wood.
Yes, and well, we must always look to the bright side.
That being said, I suppose nothing had changed or developed during the time that I had to go chase after one of my traveling companions in our arrival here.
No. Our prayers. I'm sorry that they could not hold back that mist. It would seem it was more unusual than even our unusual mist.
This land is definitely strange in its own perilous ways. Speaking of perilous things that has been happening, I'm curious, but are the orphans doing all right?
Yes, they are having the time to play right now. This might be a good time if you are up to it to speak to the Miss Lawrence.
Very well. Would you be so kindly to show us the way again?
Yes. She looks to the other two, kind of bow and step back. You will follow me, please.
While we're about to leave or follow after the Melissa Pier, I'm just going to take a quick look at the Sister Samantha. I just want to see what is her reaction to this whole thing. Do I roll insight or perception?
Go ahead and roll me an insight.
Here we go.
Believe. Never mind.
Never
Guys.
believe.
Guys, stop.
Never believe.
Deeply concerned.
Must be.
Obviously.
Anybody else gonna roll or not?
Jack was actually going to say something.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh.
So, as they turn to leave, he's going to turn back to Sister Samantha. It was a pleasure to help you with your duties today. If you ever need more assistance, please let me know.
Thank you, Mr. Deckham. I will. And again, our condolences about your friend.
Oh, I'm sure he's fine. I do love getting to know the people of a town. Maybe next time you could introduce me to a few of them.
God damn it. I don't care about any of these people in this church, apparently.
Nah.
Makes sense.
Roll a D4, Kyle.
God damn it. Cool.
Sister Laura's been staring at you.
She's the pink-haired one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Also one that Elliot mentioned about being a possible Azamar.
You don't notice any, like, it is just a stare. You don't get any intent in it.
Might as well poke the sleeping bear while I'm young. Something wrong? Look at Sister Laura.
My apologies. You're just very unique and pretty.
You know, I get that a lot. Not so much the pretty part, more so people asking me what the she like thinks about before she says the next word, before people think what I am.
We do not judge in the light of our Lord.
Oh God. Hold on, let me roll her wisdom. 'Cause Health does not really like.
Or would you rather roll insight to see if she's
No, no. It's the moment she hears that, and we're walking. Thanks for the compliment. Immediately, like, just heel turns and walks the other way.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Mistress Laura.
You as well, sir.
I would say heel
May
turn,
the
but I...
light of Our Lady shine upon you.
God. Never feel comfortable around religious people.
He's with us every day.
That
I mean, I know it's only been a few days, but still.
I'm more so referring to... Never mind. I guess I'll head on in.
Huh.
That fucking token I just hate so much.
Why? Because she's got pancakes?
Wait, fucking
Yeah,
Shivsy, that for
that's
me.
why. Not the fact that she looks like fuck. Oh. See, the
She's
image was
adorable.
zoomed in. I thought her face was a lot creepier. Because I didn't look at
It's a
it.
happy old
just
lady
thought-
with some pancakes.
Would you like some pancakes?
I cannot eat.
'Cause
Dear me, I have all these pancakes. Who wants
None
some?
of the children will eat them.
Elliot gives the kids a polite wave, and then as he continues passing by, he'll just give Sister Noelle a appreciative nod. Sister Noelle, all seems well.
Yes, the children are playing well.
Oh no.
Roll me a perception. Well, what's your passive, Kyle?
14.
16.
14.
You
Nice.
hear this girl. Oh my god, did you see her? She has horns and cat ears.
God damn it! Everywhere I go,
They're children.
I
And look
know.
at that guy. See, and I told you. See? It's gonna be the biggest suit of armor I've ever seen. I don't think it's a suit of armor. You don't know anything. Well, I mean, you're right, sis.
Oh,
Hello.
oh no!
I was over and over.
I am going to take a quick look
Beckham
at the...
stepped on a child.
No.
Oh, God.
Child has been eviscerated.
Oh, my
Soul
goodness.
collected.
Oh my god. So horrible. Anyway, I'm just gonna take a quick look at the children and see if any of them because Kyle did mention about abusiveness or
I kind of want to look too, actually, because I'm generally curious.
just yeah, I'm also just looking perception for their overall health.
I guess I'll roll a investigation because I'm looking for very specific markings or something.
So there's my perception.
And there's my investigation.
Oh my goodness. We're actually doing something good for this one.
Okay. First of all, my notes.
Good job, Miser. We did it.
I really wish I had organized these things, but no. Why would I do that? Huh?
Happens to the best of us.
There they are. Okay. So, we get to the place where I named all these kids.
Yeah, so it starts getting difficult to find.
One of
unique
those names,
of
Ed, I'm gonna punt it.
And the field goal is good.
This
As
is
far
for the
as
future.
like, without a medical role,
Huh?
how many kids have you guys like? You have your characters been around?
Yes. I've probably been a. The reason why at least I'm looking Moogle is because of Kyle's backstory. She's looking for just generally any kind of abuse to the children, considering her upbringing. So she did.
Oh, dang.
Oh, hold on, that's my phone.
I was gonna say for Elliot's case is because he himself was also an orphan and he has been with the Abbey as well.
Okay.
So he knows that while Abbeys or at least orphanages don't have the highest well-maintained care stuff, he's just trying to see if they have at least the bare minimum to survive and
Okay, so this kid has some bruises.
I'm sorry, what? Okay.
But you don't get the impression that it was a fist fight or that it was abuse, because this kid too has bruises, and from the looks of them both and the way they look at each other, they might have gotten into a fist fight with each other.
That's fine. That's just kid things. Fight to the death.
He's got some scratches that have been banned that you can see that are healing, either from something, he got into something or fell through something or had to climb through something. They're on his hands, his arms, a couple on his face. First seem to match. This kid's scared is really one of those like super shy ones, but they're like a 4-year-old. So they're hiding, looking around a corner at you, but you don't get any impression of that it's due to fear or of violence. It's more of just like
General curiosity and shyness.
This is probably the most
Man.
children Deckham has been around ever.
Oh God.
This is something kind of normal for Elliot. He's been around a lot of orphanages and orphans, so
I think Kyle's been around too many, but she's probably seen some in the streets.
just gives them all a smile and a bit of a wave. Well, it seems like you're all doing well and healthy.
Yeah, I mean the food's not the best. But I like the potatoes. You only eat potatoes. Would you both shut up? Nobody wants to hear about your potatoes. I want to hear about the metal man. Which one?
Oh no.
Why don't you want to hear about the cat girl? She's more interesting.
Oh dear God.
Right. We'll be right back. As he walks over to catch up to the Mother Superior. I suppose Candace is still in the same area reading.
Yes, she is older than the other children, and with whatever she went through.
Still, I would think that a little bit of fresh air and exercise would be helpful.
Am I gonna do something really dumb? The answer is probably. Alright. Fuck, what do I want to do? Now I'll wait for a minute, because I want to do something stupidly funny. For the sake of character, not anything bad. So... Oh dear God. Part of me wants...
Does he even have a tail? How can she be a cat?
Oh fuck! I know what to do. Question: could I use my my like psychic blade energy type thing to just basically make like a kind of purple tail? Just technically, it lets me craft it into whatever I want. Technically.
I'm gonna get
I'll
to touch
allow
it and die.
Touch it gets fucking blasted. No, she'll probably like, cause she's made gauntlets and stuff before, so you could probably control the energy enough to where it'll be generally harmless. I'm like, what do you mean? I have a tail. You probably just missed it, and you just see this long, kind of slender purple tail come out. My God, I'm about to get fucking pummeled by the church.
I'm measuring.
The kids stare at you. See, I told you she had a tail. Gee, she has to be a cat. Shut up, Siggy. You gotta be so rude. Children, children, please don't be rude in front of our guests.
No, no, it's fine. Kids are kids and they sometimes don't understand, but they how do I put this? I got nothing. She looks over at Deckham.
What's happening to Deckham right now?
I'm getting surrounded by the kids.
They're just like staring at awe at you, and it is a million questions.
Oh no.
And then this girl, the one who was kind of like, she has a very striking resemblance to this girl. Comes over. You're really pretty. How did you get like horns and ears and stuff? Were you born with that?
You see, when I was a very young girl.
Remember?
No, I got this, don't worry. I went out to a journey through the sea, and while venturing around, I met a rather great wizard that had promised me a ship beyond my wildest dreams, and through different trials and tribulations, I was able to get the ship, but the ability to always have to have these horns. But I still, to this day, have that ship in my possession. And she will pull out of her pocket the symbol of her ship, or at least her Jolly Roger. Which is the same thing that's technically on her back. Which I don't think I've ever shown. Well...
The kids all gasp. You're a pirate? Tell me more stories about about ships and stuff. Have you ever caught gold? Have you ever buried gold? Have you ever dug up buried gold?
I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna do this. You know, they say the pirates always just have a knack for finding gold, and as she kind of just sleight of hand like a gold coin out of her pocket and just is kind of spinning it on her fingers.
These kids are enthralled.
I have distracted the children. Now we murder them all.
Oh my god, no.
I'm kidding. Not that much of a sadist.
But you have definitely gained all of the attention from Deckham.
Sorry,
Okay.
Deckham.
No,
While
that's fine.
happening- While that is happening, though, Elliot will step into the room. I just kind of moved my token back just to have the view.
So I'll just do this.
I imagine they're all telling Kyle that as she's like just regaling them with stories. That she's probably
You're picking it up.
yeah. That she's just basically talking off her ass for the most part. Outside of like a few like here and there just for what she could tell.
I mean, you're welcome to roll a performance if you really want to.
Fuck it, why not? Might as well commit to the bit. My god, so many names. I have like 20 sheets open just so I remember all. Now there's 21. You know, it would be awesome if I was proficient in performance.
You can always burn that inspiration we get for the first of the session.
Screw it. It's for the... I'm doing it for the kids.
Yep. This is the most excitement they've had since seeing their parents get whatever.
Is there
I'm
a
sorry.
I wouldn't call that excitement.
is there like a ball in the field or something?
Yeah.
All right. While this is going on, Techo is letting the kids have their moment, but also, if for the more perceptive children, that ball is floating.
Yeah, it's definitely now a tug of war between attentions.
Okay, so while that's happening, again, Elliot will approach. Keep getting her name wrong.
God, I love that token actually. Too bad the background makes me think she's getting Candace.
Candace Lawrence.
The only reason why I remember her name is by a joke I don't want to say.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Okay, but
Same Jeebus.
so what is Candace doing at the current moment?
When you walked in, she was reading a book, and then she looks up, sees you entering, kind of gets a bearing on things, closes it with a deep sigh, kind of looks out the window as you approach.
Was the book interesting or that boring?
No. I just was told that you wanted to speak to me.
True, that is part of it. Also, I believe I have two. Oh, my two traveling companions are currently doing a few performances. If you are interested in looking at them first before talking another one.
You can roll an insight.
I will burn my inspiration for this one.
Well, you didn't need to, but
Still, just in case.
Let the man burn his.
saying that, you get this feeling like she is both interested, like there is that part of her that wants to see something new and interesting, but whatever depression and sorrow she is in way outweighs her drive to do anything.
Ellie would also just kind of turn and look toward the window. I understand a little bit of your circumstances of being an orphan. Different origins and story behind it, but I do believe that you owe it to yourself to have a little bit of happiness here and there. And while it is true that I am here to ask certain questions and to not only help this land, but also perhaps know the truth of what's going on and prevent other orphans like ourselves to be happening, you do owe it to yourself to be happy and see some new things first. Besides, how often do you see a large metal man and a cat woman with weird horns on her head start playing magic tricks for everyone?
If you read the right books every day.
But what's the difference between the books and seeing the actual live thing in person?
Because the books aren't reality.
Is there anything wrong with our reality?
I watched my uncle get torn in half.
And I seen one of my travel companions turn into mist vapors, and I couldn't do anything to save them. We can compare it to our stories as much as we want, but in the end, is that really going to do anything for anyone?
No, I guess you just want to know what happened, huh?
I'm sorry, repeat that one more time for me?
She just kind of sighs. No, but I guess you just want to know what happened.
Yes, but I also do not wish to see you looking like the world has fully dropped upon itself and there is no hope in your eyes.
Did you have a family?
I supposedly did, but for whatever reason, they had left me at the orphanage, either by not wanting me anymore, or they simply did not want to deal with me. Who knows? Maybe it's because of my looks. But I grew up entirely at the orphanage.
I was gonna
My-
say, is it because you're dressed in armor and look like you're pissed off all the time? Because I could see why they would leave you there.
Ah, well, at least you got some fight in your soul.
The sisters say sarcasm is not becoming.
I think you would get along well with one of my traveling companions. She's very sassy, if we want to not use the word sarcasm. I insist. Go ahead and check them out. If you don't like what you see, you can always just simply come back and resume reading your books. It is true that I am going to ask a few questions, but I'd rather you at least be a bit more comfortable and not simply hold up too many walls against us.
She definitely does the teenager thing where she like the movements are a little bit exaggerated. Of closing the book and like jumping off the bed, just kind of like rather be left alone.
While they were talking, Dekum leans down to the closest child. What's your favorite color?
Blue? No, wait, red.
Red.
Blue?
We can do purple. Mix the two.
Wait, what?
Right.
I told you that.
Kyle, think fast.
Oh God, what are you throwing at me?
All of the children are now purple.
God damn it, Deckham!
This little old lady has just shit herself and stood up. Oh, dear me, what have you done? I hope that washes out.
Oh, don't worry. It should only last a minute.
I hate this
Oh,
so much.
Give you a warning.
You watch as Evelyn comes out, and she turns, and it's just a simple nod. She's immediately like, "Oh, okay, you're giving an old lady a heart attack."
Ugh. Does this like just wash off? I don't think Kyle's that. No, wait, she would have seen very far.
Yeah, I used it in a fight with the giant ghost monster.
Yeah. God, I hate this. Isn't there like a way you could have just put it on everyone but me?
No, you're in the area. Try to give you a warning. Usually much more dexterous than that.
I'm sorry, I'm literally sitting on the floor right now. Aw.
Elliot just kind of he has a
I
nice
hate our party, but I love it.
he has a nice little confident smirk as he leans against the wall, and just points
You know,
to.
I want
I
to
was
do
gonna
something.
yeah. Let me just do something with
Go
quickly
ahead.
with Elliot. So he points to while talking to Candace, but not looking at her direction, so he doesn't bother her interest or anything. He just says, "So the one I think you might get along with most is the lady in the center of attention, Miss Kyle. Now, don't let her appearance scare you, but she's quite sassy and sarcasm, good with humor, even if it's a strange one. And then the large metal man who just turned everyone purple is Deckham. Yes, his name sounds as it is."
All right. Sorry. Are you?
Yeah,
I don't want to step on your toes.
he was just gonna add, but despite his massive appearance, I'd say he has probably the goldest of hearts.
Literally and physically.
So what Kyle's gonna do? All right, kids, do you want to see a one of the tricks the wizard gave me? And she pulls out her pair of special dice. I'm going to throw these dice as far as I can, and only using the power of my mind and what some stuff the wizard had taught me while on my different adventures to get the pirate ship, I'll bring them back to me. You want me to roll anything, Moogle? So, like how far I throw these? Because I do have returning on them, so it doesn't matter like where.
Roll me a dex, just for the hell of it. Or just
Hey,
roll me
the
a
child!
Ping!
17.
Yeah, it wasn't a save, but good enough.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
still be
you
15.
throw them and they can see.
Alright, now, watch. And she, like, holds out her hand and says, "Now come to me, dice." And fuck, I'll roll performance for the children to make it kind of, like, really sell this bit of, like,
You're already glittery and purple.
yeah, well, might as well just go full on. Can I roll it with advantage then, since I am glitterly and purple?
Yeah, sure.
It's 16.
Yep.
And then she just, like, calls them back and then puts them back in her pocket.
Do it again.
God. No, sorry. It's only a once per day kind of thing, sadly. That's what the wizard told me.
Witty wheeze.
Uh, hold on. That was an advantage. You know, I can't say no, and she'll just do it again. I just do the same thing. You want me to roll anything else or no? I don't think I'm gonna dink the children. I hope not. Because I'm pretty sure I'll kill them.
I'm not one of those DMs.
I'm just gonna ask, but how is the abbotess's reactions are?
She is. Roll me an insight.
Oh, wait, no longer.
Damn it, you keep asking these questions before I ask them.
I mean, you can help
both
too.
roll insight.
Oh, okay.
Deckham, zoom in and enhance. Oh my god. Stop.
Elliot, you see these. Deckham, she is the most stoic woman you have seen in a while. And you've met some right biddies.
I mean, you even managed to make Elliot crack a smirk with your performance. So it's-
Elliot,
yes.
you do see the slightest. I mean, as a Deckham didn't see shit. Probably nobody else did. You see the very slightest smirk.
Elliot just smiles, a toothless smile, like the closed mouth smile. Just leans back,
Mhm.
just watches the performances, and then tells Candace, "Well, I believe considering, well, if comparison to myself and my companions, Army does wish I could use such magic tricks." Do you enjoy their performance?
It's not terrible.
Well, we did do a lot of traveling today. As we can probably throw a better performance tomorrow when we're more fresh right out of the bed.
You see her kind of take a deep, she closes her eye and takes a sigh. What was your name again?
Elliot Ptolemy.
Elliot. I can remember my uncle screaming. I remember the monsters. I don't remember where they came from. I just woke up and there they were in our house. And my aunt said run, and that's what I did.
Your aunt and uncle, not your mother and father?
Yeah. I assumed that the monsters had gotten them first, but the abbot said there was too much to know if my parents had been attacked or not.
Hmm. Did your parents by any chance wear anything accessorized, something like a necklace or a homemade item that you had given them, perhaps?
Well, Mom had a necklace with 3 black pearls that my dad had found while fishing. And my father had a tattoo on the back, on the side of his neck. I'm not really sure what it. Well, I guess I kind of saw it one time. I think it was a shield and a sword, and a rope. I'm not really sure. He was a soldier. Said it was something he'd rather forget about, but tattoos are forever. Don't get one.
Well,
Or else you have to find a wizard. Or some other thing.
well, I can't vouch for yay or nay on the tattoos since one's artistic stance and perspective is different from another person. So, you won't be hearing it from me to say whether or not to get a tattoo or not if you wish to have one in your own future. But I will say this. Thank you. I will look into the farm and see if there's any clues that might help you at least find some closure. And try to get to the bottom of this strange mystery.
Just kind of nods. Maybe you'll do better than the abbot or the dean.
All I can do is do my best. And I was just checking. Oh, looks like I got 2 holy symbols. So I'll give her one of my holy symbols of St. Cuthbert.
What is this?
Well, if worst comes to worst, you can at least have something to remember me by then. It is the holy symbol of St. Cuthbert from the lands that I'm from. Different from the faith of Ezra here, but they do share similar, if not almost the same, beliefs to help those that are in need and to seek the truth in the strangest of places. So more context of it, it is a cross with a rose upon it, which is indicating of the faction of the St. Cuthbert that Elliot is part of, which is the Rosy Truth, which they tend to be more truth seekers and have the mindset of peering more into that kind of revelation thing to uncover conspiracies and whatnot. And Elliot will just add, and if it is not to your liking, you could always sell it for a little bit of gold or coin once you leave the orphanage. Nothing wrong with having a few spare change in case you need it.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, thanks, I guess. Am I supposed to give you something in return, or?
No. Although, what you could probably do now is join the others and enjoy the performance. If they have any more left in them.
Can you please stop pulling on my ear?
I only have so many spell slots.
Yeah.
It's so soft. See, they're not a costume piece. They're real.
Please.
Siggy, stop doing that. Make me.
Oh god. I'm about to have a children right on top of me and I'm about to...
Siggy, let go of our guests here.
about to have a new headpiece.
We'll just walk over here. Not quite facing the abattis, but still looking over to the group, making sure everything is orderly. And we'll just give her thank you for indulging us. Hopefully the performance is entertaining for the children and also for yourself and the others.
Oh, I forgot the cell could do this.
Oh no, what are you doing to me?
I would cast dancing lights, but instead of just 4 little balls of light, it's just a little light man.
My god.
Evelyn kind of turns to you. It is good to have joy in these dark times. We are grateful, and the children are certainly grateful as well.
And everybody stops glowing purple.
And I'm glad we didn't have to wash that out because Sister Noelle would probably have a heart attack.
Have they never seen magic? I guess not.
Not
Yeah.
some of them. Some of them have seen magic, not that level, that kind of magic.
Level? First level?
It's one.
Just remember this: when you guys went through Mists of Terror, most magic users are usually bad and dangerous.
Oh,
Yeah.
Entertainers.
Yeah, I did remember that.
so Deck of throwing all this shit out would actually be terrifying for some of these children.
Put it
If
this
they
way:
weren't-
a bard just needs cantrips to make it as being excellent in Ravenloft.
That's pretty depressing.
That was fucking
Yeah, in
fantastic.
the Domains of Dread, like I got cantrips, and everybody's like, "Holy shit, he's a fucking wizard!"
Yeah.
That's where you just pretend to be a bard playing a wizard and just roll performance all the time.
Alright. I suppose.
Deck
we
was
would
just
be
using the
saying
little light man to run around, and I'm pretty sure like the kids are like chasing it and whatever.
It's like a conga line now.
I don't think it's a conga line. It's more of like a fucking battering ram line of children.
Yeah, Elliot will still talking to Abatus Evelyn. Deckham is a caretaker of his own services, so I'm pretty sure he wouldn't drive everyone else crazy of having to clean up after himself, or at least when using such over-the-top magic.
I see. That is good to know.
Excuse me, kids. Excuse me.
But
Just look-
are you leaving?
Just for a little bit. We have to do some, maybe boring adult talk. And she kind of like sticks out her tongue. Don't worry, I'll probably be back. Probably. If I don't die. That last one was under her breath, just so you know.
Did you say don't die?
Oh my god!
They're kids. Their ears are freaking good, man.
Don't die,
Oh,
children.
she said
I-
don't lie. Ah.
Okay.
That moment when you're looking for an icon you can't find. Again.
Me last session when I was looking for one specific character token. Like, oh yeah, he's dead. The worst feeling in the world.
There she is. I'm really not liking this weird freaking map problem.
What, the transparency issue stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Do you?
Oh, there. Wait. That doesn't exist for you, does it?
I see 2 tokens on the other side. Yes.
Yeah, right there.
Both fully there.
Yeah. Oh, I am gone. Light has left this realm.
I'm
That's
still here.
To you problem.
There's a reason. I am sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I figured there was.
Now you're not transparent. That is stupid.
Why is it like the light layer doing something stupid?
I had to basically uncontrol you so that I could give the token control. let you have control of the token,
My God.
and then reassociate it back to your thing. So it still might be screwed up later, but it works for now.
But we fixed it for now. You're telling me Kyle wasn't a ghost the entire time? Darn it.
My ghost up on the stage. Am
Oh
I
my God,
really
shut up! I'm
bad?
not a bard.
Then don't remind me of AFI lyrics, damn it.
You did that to yourself. I just made a joke.
You recognize Amarna walking up. Shift C for the fun of it.
E.
Greetings, Vice Captain Armano.
Let's first mate. The captain wanted to let you know that we'll be leaving in the morning. We've discovered the next leg of the... We deciphered what we found in the ship graveyard, and it is leading us to find an individual in the nearby city, Eridon.
The next morning,
Well, that does turn up the timetables. Looks like no sleeping for us tonight.
indeed, I was intending to investigate the farm as soon as possible. Is it strictly in the morning, or...
Don't be any later than noon. I can't keep her much busy beyond that.
We'll
Don't
do our
worry.
best.
See myself out.
Before Armana leaves,
Thank you!
Before Armana leaves, he'll just simply say thank you and let the captain know that if we are late, well, I guess we're landbound.
If you're late, she'll have us drag you back to the ship. Alive or dead. As she walks off with a smile.
Huh. I didn't think she cared about us that much to go out of her way to collect us.
Oh, she doesn't, but you're a very fit person. Very good for her crew.
Yeah, assuming that, her literal skeleton grew.
You could roll an insight.
Got this.
Oh,
Come on, Deco, you're fucking built
I
for this
gotcha.
shit.
I trust. I believe. Yay!
It's
That we were
Elliot!
ending now?
Elliot, no!
Decum and Kyle, I'll just give this. You both get that feeling that you're integral to the next part of the steps. Elliot,
Also, I'm just kind
polite.
of curious. What was Tabitha's reaction of after seeing her leave out? I might have been distracted. The other sister.
Roll me a perception.
Sure,
Snap.
because I was more distracted by the other sister than of Armana's. Yep, I can't roll from plot.
I'm so
Jeebus, you
glad
cr-
that I have
I will
rolled
give you
really
this. As she walked by, they did meet eyes.
Oh yes,
For that odd period of time of people who have clearly talked to each other.
Elliot will again looking still at the direction of Sister Tabitha leaving. And we'll just ask the Avitus Evelyn and just very bluntly ask, has Sister Tabitha been feeling restless as of late? She seems, well, I suppose with all the mist creatures been going on, had anyone close to her been affected?
Sister Tabitha is a very headstrong woman, I suppose. How to put it? She is coming to terms with the late abbot's disappearance. As well as the dean. She her faith in Ezra is wavering, which is understandable at a time like this for a woman such as herself.
I suppose it is during these trying times that one's faith is truly tested. Gesture slightly toward Decabin, Kyle. These two can certainly attest to my particular trial of faith and one of my momentary outbursts.
Well, I believe you've been passing with flying colors so far, then.
And it could be worse. You could just actually, would we say flying colors because of what happened when we were, doing the other thing?
Yes, the blasphemous heretic.
No, not that. After that, with the, the ripping.
Those were heathens.
No, not that. The rip. Huh.
Yes.
There's a very huge confusion of
Gonna fucking
of
mental
Elliot
weakness.
as well.
Hold on, I'll roll my d8 because I hate explaining this to you people. The literal rip in the mists.
Yes.
I was hoping we're not talking about that.
Oh, that's in your head.
Yeah, no. That's exactly Elliot's reply immediately.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it under wraps and be vague about it.
Why did you bring it up?
It's in
Yeah.
your head. That's not like they're gonna start peeking through that shit.
We don't know their full capabilities, Kyle. Just be careful.
God, I hate this place sometimes. Also, this works for a mile, so we can literally. You can also turn it off if you want. Let me
No,
ping it, 'cause I-
Elliot's gonna keep it on.
Oh, you get to listen to all of Deckham's thoughts.
Hello.
She seems
Elliot's
nice.
definitely, I'll take point in case it's a trap.
Deckham already walked in.
Oh,
I can't see. It's very dark in here.
Is that him in his head?
No, that was out loud.
That was out loud.
I need a
I can't
guide.
tell anymore, cause I feel like
I
they
can't
bend.
see.
This way, Deckham. Any motions? Actually, he just.
Did I forget to light over the room?
No.
No, definitely.
Oh yeah, no. There's no light in this room.
No,
Yeah.
it is. It's because Jeebus doesn't have dark vision.
Yeah, Deckham does not have
Ah!
dark vision.
There she is.
They forgot to light
That,
the one.
that
torch
might be
'cause they
why
never
everybody
come
seems
back here.
invisible to me. I can't fucking see them. That makes sense, because as soon as we stepped into the light, I could see their tokens. But we're in like a dark. Yeah, absolutely. It's totally like they must have added a new lighting effect where it makes tokens nearly transparent if you're not supposed to, if they're in like low light or something.
It might also be with because like how the idea works with the map where you can kind of see translucently as well.
Did that work better?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what is it you wish for us to follow and see? Or
Oh.
speak with us?
Well, I wasn't sure if you were hungry, or if you wish to go to rest.
Ah.
Since we are here, she points over to the right. Just so you don't get lost, that is the way to the cellars. We have to keep those locked, as they do lead into the catacombs, and they're not safe. So please, Brother Kreskov will make sure that you don't go there, but please be aware.
Brother Kreskov is he the
Using
gentleman
the-
that seems to be looking 2 different ways at once?
You mean Brother Banto?
Oh, okay. I just happened to walk by him while we were heading up. Just generally
Ah.
curious.
Yes, he was checking the perimeter, so to speak. There are a number of small shrines on some of the roads that we've erected to attempt to stave off the mist.
Oh.
Hmm.
Kel will say in their mind. Richard was watching him, so I don't necessarily know what that's supposed to mean.
Who's Richard?
The one that claims to be a 80
Van
year
Richten.
man.
I just call him Richard because I find it funny.
Ah,
His full name is Rudolf Van Richten, but I do not know if his claims of reincarnation and the like is true or not. Wow, that woman looks angrier, has a more resting bitch face than Elliot.
Oh, good, another woman that looks like they hate life. That's in your head. I'm not gonna say that out loud to get fucking pummeled.
Krista Mirabelle, well, I guess I should ask, are any of you hungry?
Yes, I could eat a little bit.
no, but I can help in the kitchen.
Sister that won't be a problem at the moment. Sister Mirabelle, is there any leftovers? She kind of gives a little bow. Yes, I made sure that there was some leftover as you requested, Avitus. I shall require. Okay.
If any help can be will be needed, I'm sure all 3 of us are willing to assist to some degree of our abilities.
We thank you,
No.
but you are our guests at the moment.
You wouldn't mind me asking, how did this abbey get erected on this island? Because I know the myths tend to be a bit wonky, so I was curious how a abbey such as this found itself here.
My
Mentally,
understanding is that Saint Cicero came through and founded this abbey on this island. Nigh on 4 centuries ago. The village sprouted up when better times, as the soil here is rather fertile, being in a river inlet.
Have we heard the name Saint Cicero outside of Elliot mentioning it? I think once.
You know this is the Isle of Cicero.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's basically named after him. Okay.
Yeah.
And Slip Hay Town, which he named while he was drunk.
Yep. Actually, he didn't name it. He had already been dead for like 50 years.
Was the... I know this might come across as rude, and I do apologize. I don't have any knowledge of your religion exactly, but I was kind of curious. Was Cicero a man of miracles, or just an average person trying to get by and create a home for people that needed it?
It was said that he could perform minor miracles. Mostly what we understand is healing. There is a bowl and a cup, and a pitcher placed in front of you, Deckham. And a bowl and a cup.
Ah.
And a bowl and a cup.
Tecum looks at it. Looks up at Elliot.
You can all. It's a rather muted color stew.
Elliot just quietly digs in while listening to the conversation.
It is rather tasteless. For a stew.
Nothing new. Nothing new for Elliot.
That's
Nope,
your
you're
response
used to
back,
this.
Elliot. Sorry. That's your response back from Kyle, basically.
You both hear in your heads. I can't eat this. Physically, and I don't want to be rude. I don't know what to do.
Just, I
Just
guess
tell him
we
you're
can-
not hungry?
I already did. They already fed. Or they gave.
Question is that. Oh, I should have done this before I started eating, but oh well. Actually, I don't even have it prepared. Never mind.
My apologies, Mr. Deckham. Sister Evelyn said, the Avitus says, I did not inform her of your condition as a.
Yes, I do apologize. It is nothing against the food. As he looks at her, I do not have the proper functions to consume.
I have passed through many domains to get here.
Oh, thank you. Thank the gods.
So I
Yes, I'm a
understand.
Warforged.
Yes. Some of the others are better off knowing that you are probably just a man in a suit of armor.
It's what I've been going for. Thankfully, my design alleviates to that.
Wait, does that mean you're from a... You said different domains. You mean throughout Ravenloft, correct?
I'm from Darkon originally.
Huh.
Sister Laura and Sister Samantha escaped a crusade by a sect of our faith. You see, there are those who, unlike ourselves, believe Ezra is a punishment to be doled out. That her as the mist are something to be brought down upon people.
That seems counterintuitive.
Indeed.
Most people of your faith as brazen?
Thankfully, no. There are some who are simply trying to help the people like ourselves. And there are those who stand against the darkness, I guess would be a better way of putting it. Such as Elliot does for his faith.
Well, I do what I can, but I also do not force others into my viewpoint. Or rather, try not to force the beliefs of those who are resilient or have their own perspective of thinking. Trying to be as open-minded as possible.
That is good to hear. Ezra welcomes all, whether they follow her or not.
Sitting
Well, she
here
is the
raised
one
by an
who first
atheist
pushed the
wizard.
mist back.
Just don't be raised by an atheist wizard then, idiot.
Oh my goodness, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Had to bring up the cat, didn't you?
I wasn't raised by the cat. Case it.
Yeah, Calithia raised Echo, actually. So-
Wait, is that just how? Wait. Is that like canon now? That you know, in Jordoba, all wizards are just horrible atheists against the religion.
Yeah, it seems like this is the route
Majority.
we've gone down. This is the path we have carved for ourselves.
Oh,
Well, Kay's not a
Elliot.
wizard, she's an artificer, but still, pretty much.
Did
God,
you work for a
magic. Who the
wizard?
hell would follow that?
Yeah, didn't Kay work for a wizard though, technically
Yeah.
speaking? Okay.
Elliot will just
Fizz bang whizzle pop.
as he's
That-
slowly enjoying his stew. He'll also just simply ask to Abatus, in regards to the farm, how long will it take for us to head over there first thing at dawn?
It's about 5 miles, if I understand correctly. I haven't been there myself.
Allow me to rephrase that question. Are there any, I suppose one could say, wildlife or things to be aware of besides the creatures that dwell within the mist?
I have heard that there was a goat that was rather aggressive, but nobody's talked about it in a while. Mr. Brown has it, I believe, but
And what is
occasionally,
it?
I guess, it would escape and cause rather havoc crossings. But being that we are such a small island, no, there are not many things outside of the monsters. Just be careful.
We will. I did promise at least to Candace to give her some sort of closure with the situation of the farm and the such, but hopefully we'll be able to handle it within a suitable time span before our ship captain comes dragging us back out to sea.
If you would like, I could have Sister Laura escort you.
Should only take about an hour and a half to walk 5 miles.
I'm just gonna roll something for Elliot. Yeah, he's going to ask. I am curious of a couple of things. You mentioned of a gentleman that was wielding a sword similar to what I have here. And I believe Sister Noelle had also mentioned his appearance or the fact that he was a nightly visitor or walker. He didn't by any chance leave his name around?
He didn't leave what?
Did he leave his name?
Just a moment. Yes. But I am afraid I do not remember it. But he did visit here a couple of times when I first arrived. I remember him now. But that's beyond about it.
I see. I don't suppose Sister Samantha could be able to actually.
I was muted.
No worries.
Nailed it.
Deckham, since you were watching, this stoic demeanor of hers, it broke for just the slightest few movements of her face.
Can I ascertain if she just, like, is it that she knows more or that she didn't like him in particular?
Both.
All right.
Elliot will press on to the next question. He's not going to incite on his end, since the father isn't really the gentleman isn't really the bigger concern. He just wanted to soften the next question or suggestion. I don't suppose Sister Samantha will be able to escort us to the farm.
Well, she usually has her duties of tending to the locals in the village. But perhaps I could have her escort you and have Sister Laura take over her duties.
No, that's fine. Simply because I can't help but feel like I have met Sister Laura somewhere. I mean, Sister Samantha before, somewhere.
I mean, I cannot speak for her or yourself. There is a possibility that you've seen someone like her.
Perhaps. I have
But
been intending traveling.
I have known her since she was young, and she's never made mention of seeing someone as you.
Right. So tomorrow at dawn, we'll be traveling with Sister Laura to the farm.
I shall
Again.
make sure that she is ready.
Again, thank you for your help.
Butana turns a little bit. Sister Mirabelle, would you please show them to their rooms? She nods. I shall bid you good evening. I must attend to other things.
Understood.
Thank you so much for your hospitality.
As as the abbess leaves and the sister starts heading toward the door, I'm just going to, just in the rare moment that stew was poisoned in any sort of way, I'm just going to burn 5 points of my remaining 10 points of lay on hands to use its other effect. Which is, I'll just ping it. So alternatively, you can expend 5 hit points from your pool of healing to cure a target of 1 disease or neutralize 1 poison affecting it.
Okay.
Just in case, I'm just placing it over my heart while, or over my chest, and I'm just giving a small prayer and thankfulness to St. Cuthbert of, by the light of St. Cuthbert, thank you for guiding us into this day. and may we not be hindered by any obstacles.
I'm gonna be the only one that's
Seek
fucking
truth.
poisoned.
I can't
wanna-
eat.
I know, that's why I said.
When you are done, I will escort you up to your rooms. Feel
Very
free
well.
to feel free to move around the abbey as you wish, except for the cellars and the inner sanctum.
Um. Hmm.
I don't suppose the inner
Upgrade those raw
sanctum.
foods.
I don't suppose the inner sanctum is used for prayer or special ceremonies.
That is exactly what it is used for. It is the large double doors above beyond the altar in the main temple. Chapel.
Nothing untoward's happening there, had it?
Only the abbotess and those that are specifically chosen are allowed entrance.
Understandable.
I am sorry, but I cannot discuss what happens beyond there, as those are matters of the church and between us and Ezra. It is my understanding you are not followers of her.
I am a follower of St. Cuthbert.
Then
Thus
I'm
I
certain you
understand.
understand that there are sacred rites that cannot be discussed without sight.
I fully understand.
I don't, but I'm not going to ask any questions.
Anyway, if you guys are done, she'll lead you up these stairs. So I'll move you guys.
You know, part of me kind of wants to get into the cellar, but I don't want to piss off the people.
So when
With
I talk
medical
through my head, do I talk to both of you, or do I talk to Kyle and she translates over to Elliot?
I can, technically by Raw, I think it just creates like a psychic link with me as the broadband. Let me read it. You can establish communication between yourself and others as choose one or equally. The chosen could speak to you and you could speak to them. I always just kind of imagine it as a broadcast anyway.
Okay.
The way I kind of think of it is like, if you guys have watched the Young Justice cartoon that was going about.
Yeah.
How many years ago was it already? I forgot. Anyway, the Miss Marsh, when she was always mind linking everybody.
Yeah, but I can imagine, like, just for the sake of, I'll leave that up to Moogle if we can individualize it to different people if you don't want to, like, talk to me. It's just as long as there's different links.
It was
So I
actually
guess
the opposite. I wanted to leave Elliot out of this.
Okay. I mean, I'm fine with that. Well, technically, then yeah, you could go to Kyle.
By the way that it raws, Kyle, you're kind of the nexus point. So I would state that you would be allowed, if you did want to like isolate it yourself, you have to make that decision.
Yeah, then I'll probably
Beckham
isolate it.
didn't want to say it to Elliot. He can't if you're just leaving it open.
Yeah, I got it. So yeah, it's basically me as the receiver, and I can choose who to broadcast it to, basically.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Then I'll keep it to myself for now.
Okay. Should we be worried about why exactly they're trying to hold off the cellar?
Oh, I am more than curious.
I mean, I could probably sneak down and do a little digging, so to speak, but I don't want to get us kicked out of here.
I suspect that the cellars might have something more in there.
Which is
And-
all the more worrying about this place, all things considered.
Oh, wait.
Elliot, what are you doing?
Elliot,
Whoops.
stop walking into people.
As she passes by, this is the abbotess's room. Please do not bother her.
We will
This is
not.
Sister Laura and Sister Samantha's room. If it is of the utmost, please feel free to bother them.
No.
Mr. Deckham, if I'm saying that correct,
Yes.
This will be your room.
All right. Oh, look, a bed.
Immediately goes to the corner. Oh, in the closet.
Ah, cozy.
That's what I always think of now every time the freaking Futurama thing. Of that's just how Deckham sees a bed is literally just a space thing.
Doesn't use
Just,
beds.
I know. That's why I find it funny. Because you don't even need to sleep.
Technically.
Mr. Elliot, this one will be yours.
Understandable. I see. I'm gonna check out how the door looks. Is there a place to bar the door?
They are locked. So you can. Actually, no, they're not locked at all. They have no locks.
Of course they don't.
Hmm.
No.
I mean, they
No,
have a
it's-
doorknob and stuff in the catch, but they don't lock. And they do
All right.
move inwards.
Okay, they open inwards. What's inside the room?
A bed, a nightstand, carpet. Yours has a window.
Is there a chair that's that has a back high enough to put under the door's knob?
Jesus Christ.
To
No, you don't
brood
actually
with.
have a chair in yours.
Damn,
Sure.
he's got.
I was about to say jackal. Elliot just thinks in his mind and telegrams it to Kyle and Deckham. Strange. The doors don't have any locks on them. There's nothing here to bar the doors.
Well, who the hell would attack a church?
It's not who would attack the church, but what might happen within.
No, I just
Winchester.
thought of. Okay, go ahead.
Elliot, you would know that there is a sense of security within these kind of places to where there is no need for locks necessarily. You know,
Yes.
these where you're at now would be explicitly for clergy.
Yes, but the other thing that comes to two things that come to Elliot's mind, which is being broadcast to the others, is don't trust anybody, and second is that whose security is this place for? Because even though they say that they are not following the extremists of Darkon sect, does not really give Elliot a lot of confidence, especially because Tabitha was acting squirrely.
You know, I just thought of something funny. I've gone through this whole place and I still have yet to introduce my name to anyone here.
Yeah, which is in fact a statement as Sister Marabella is standing there. And I'm afraid I did not catch your name.
God damn it. Thought I can get away with it. Kyle.
Ms. Kyle, this will be
This
your.
drone has no idea how good it.
Spacious enough.
If you should need anything, I am at the other side.
Thank you, Sister Maribel.
If you'll excuse me, I will be downstairs cleaning the kitchen or the dining room.
Do you need help?
Now, you are the
Oh.
ones that
Do you need help? Deckham's like, help? Immediately, no.
I suppose I should have said the proper word of assistance, but help is usually much easier to say and quicker.
I don't think they really want our help, personally.
Just because
In our heads, they're keeping things from us.
Oh,
You do not
100%.
the abbotess knows much more than she spoke about your predecessor. I had to call him a father.
I'm still uncomfortable of calling the individual my father, but there must be reasons of that. It's not on my highest priority list. I am more concerned about why he visited this place when...
They keep
And why?
speaking of the abbot as if he is not dead, just missing.
I suspect there is more to this, and I suspect that the seller might have answers.
Yes, but how do we get down there with their brother guarding it? Sounds like there's a person that's down there, keeping an eye, see if anybody tries to sneak down there.
I think it's best we have this conversation within one of our rooms. And Elliot opens his up.
As they're standing silent in the hallway.
Yes.
But you guys
Yeah.
realize that there is nobody else.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not some weird shit going on.
Yeah, just to make sure nothing goes well. Especially if there's some, I don't know, unseen servant lurking about. But
I don't think they know how to cast that spell. They're not cool enough.
never know.
True.
But Elliot, again, still using the mental link, points it around. It's like, I know clergy places are usually secured, but considering how squirrely, or I suppose one would say unsettling, Sister Tabitha has been acting, I would not be surprised if she may have other intentions or hiding things as well. I would like to talk to her more, but seeing as how she might also be unhinged, I don't want to risk provocation.
I mean, what are the odds? I don't know right now. Just don't trust a lot of this shit here right now.
I mean, considering that we learned that we've been tricked by Callisti from the captain, Cinder Gallows, and I believe everyone has been sort of hammering it into our heads that don't trust anyone.
Well, I mean, you do have to give it to the point that we never asked if she worked with the captain previously. She did know quite a bit about him, and we just assumed she was always working against him. I mean, none of us had the foresight to assume that she has worked with him. We just need to start asking the right questions. Unfortunately, I have no idea what those are.
Sadly, neither do I, and well, it did raise some suspicion. It didn't occur to me that she would have worked with such an individual. But
Yes, exactly. With how fervently she's trying to get out of here.
there's always those who do desperate things in forms of atonement, or, as you say, to escape. So, putting that particular situation aside for now, because we aren't going to be able to deal with it until, well, we get back. Resuming on the plans of the farm tomorrow, I am a bit worried of a possible scenario, since when Candace was explaining her story, she was with her aunt and uncle, and the beasts that tore her uncle in half and her aunt telling her simply to run away, they simply appeared there. I asked for some clarifications, and a dark suspicion came to mind, because the way she explained it, her parents should have been present, but they just vanished. And from what you...
Sorry, go ahead.
So when I asked her of what possible items or things that her parents could be wearing to identify them, She mentioned about her mother wearing a necklace with 3 black pearls and a father with a tattoo on his neck, a sword, shield, and rope combination.
Could be from a mercenary company.
Possibly. If it is one, it's not one that I'm familiar with, but the way we have seen the glass being broken outward rather than inward means that the creatures did not break into the apartments or the homes. And the way they suddenly appear, and the fact that there's a lot more orphans. What also bothers me is that a child was able to traverse through the forest in 5 miles alone at night. This is why I also asked if there was any creatures out there besides the beasts that we might be dealing with.
Is there?
Roll me a um, roll me an intelligence.
Elliot?
Yes.
Oh shoot. I'm so smart.
Are you really? I believe.
No.
You.
I'm
No,
most
you're
certainly
dumb.
not.
You're a dumbass. That's okay.
It was
I
not
wanna-
high, but it was not that low either.
I mean,
As
what
far as the rest of you who've seen her, she's probably about 13, 14 years old.
Yeah, no, Deck was about to
Yeah,
bring that
that's-
up. He's gonna go, Elliot, that girl seemed a bit older than the average child here, and as a small teenager walking 5 miles, hell, even running 5 miles would take less than an hour.
The
Yes, it
point
may
I'm
have been
trying-
at night, but she probably has been to town before and has the route near memorized.
Then let me add the other point that I'm trying to get to then. How's a child who, well, teenager, explains that how she saw her uncle get ripped in half by the beasts. Her aunt clearly could not stand that much longer of a chance. How is a child able to outrun like possible lycanthro beasts in 5 miles?
Oh, I have no doubt that this is not like a lycanthropes.
What
It's something different.
Here's a. I mean,
My
it's gonna be a
sus-
weird one because I don't want to metagame this. I'm trying to think. Like,
my suspicion, and this is again, Elliot is speaking this in the mind part because he doesn't want to be having his voice heard. And it's one that I hope I am wrong, but perhaps the parents are being turned into these beast creatures.
That is my thoughts exactly.
And to make things worse, the children are likely possibly setting time bombs to be turned into creatures as well. What I'm saying is that we might be in a town that is unaware of their own problem, or at least being turned into beasts and they're turning upon each other.
what would the church though have to gain from just slowly tearing things apart?
I don't know.
Knock. Knock.
I'll open up.
Yep.
In your head, you guys hear, hello. Oh, shit. Hello!
Good evening, Sister Samantha.
I wanted to make sure that you were comfortable.
We are. We are just discussing our thoughts about handling the farm situation tomorrow.
Ah. Well, she kind of looks at Deckham. I wasn't sure. Do you need an extra blanket yourself?
Oh, no, not at all.
Not sure. Warforged. Well, whatever you are. Apologies. But, she holds 2 blankets out that are folded. These were just launched this afternoon. One of you, I'm afraid I didn't catch your name. She looks at Kyle.
Why does everyone have to ask?
As you look the most unique looking out of all of us.
Is that not the walking suit of armor?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna be the
The-
winner in this party, but no. You have to come to Kyle.
Mariner once again takes. But no.
I'm just happy I don't
yeah.
use Deckham's real name.
It's
Dude, the
cold,
moment you-
so
I think I'll be fine with a blanket. I'm used to sleeping on the sea and different sea breezes kicking up and whatnot, so I think a little cold won't kill me.
but this is extra just in case. If the mist, Ezra forbid, does roll in, it tends to get a bit chillier. And here's one for you as well, Elliot.
Thank you kindly.
If you need anything, please feel free to knock at the end of the hallway. I'm sure
Absolutely.
Sister Miller Bella has already said that she will assist. It is rare that we get guests. The abbess has asked that we do our best to make your stay comfortable.
Well, give her our thanks. You all have been so wonderful to us. Showing up out of the blue. Or the grey here, I guess.
Monochromatic hue.
Good night, and may Ezra watch you.
And may St. Kuth birth guide you.
She goes down, you can hear her opening a door and shutting it.
Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna die.
Do I notice anything?
First of all, you sense the two bullets that they both have,
Yeah.
and they are some hardcore necromancy.
Wow!
Like, I don't know, how does if your detect magic has like a visible thing to it.
I just... What is...
You know, it says you see a faint aura. No, what you see is in their pockets these two black fucking pits.
What I imagine Deckham's detect magic is like the Terminator robot screen.
That's
that can,
exactly what I was about to say. I was like, it was... My brain kept saying Predator, but I knew it was wrong. It's just got like... It's just like this red line and then an angle down to like the item. It's like necromancy. Max,
Oh,
max,
yeah,
max,
but it's
max,
like,
max.
so yeah, there's like a, you know, the gauge number, and it's just like air.
Holding those might be a bad idea.
I mean, I have
True.
mine in my pocket.
Elliot pulls his out, places it on the window. I'm very tempted just to throw this thing out the window.
That is a beacon if I've ever seen one.
I'll just hold on to mine for now. Just in case.
Yeah, he resists the urge to throw the thing as far as possible.
Did you look down the hall, or was it just after she shut the door? Did you?
It was after she shut the door, but I was gonna kind of take a lap real quick. Well, that comes. If you two will excuse me, I'm going to. I need to take a look around.
Before because the door is wood, and I'm guessing you probably, I don't know, did you?
It was
you
pretty much
can't-
like she closed our door, and Deckham's like, "I'm gonna cast it now."
You sensed abjuration
Okay.
and conjuration.
pretty normal.
And it's not really a school of magic necessarily, but you did sense some kind of divine presence of energy.
Okay.
You've seen it on. To put it in perspective, it's like when you look at like a holy symbol. There's not necessarily a school to it, but there is a
It's just light magic.
there is a sense.
Yeah.
I should mention though that aura was significant in size.
No, or was pretty small.
The holy magic one was,
Yes.
and that was around her.
Yes.
Okay. Deckham's gonna kind of just start walking around, and then mainly, he's gonna take a pass past the cellar door to see if he can notice anything going on over there.
Man, I hope those doors aren't 3 foot thick of wood.
Okay, let me
Whee!
You don't I mean, yeah, you see some of them around. They just kind of look at you as you pass by.
Hello.
Sister Mirabella. You sense that that faint aura of a holy symbol. As you come back through, you do see this guy coming back in with a sack.
Oh,
He
sir,
stares
do you
at
need
you.
aid with that?
What the hell, middleman?
Yes.
Where are my manners? I'm Brother Bantu, and you must be one of the guests.
I'm
His
more of a
eyes
helper.
They unfocus and
I am programmed to aid those who need assistance. Can I help you with that, sir?
no. I got these potatoes.
Ah, yes, the young ones do love the potatoes.
They do complain about them. That's all we got. Well, good night. As he goes in the kitchen, shuts the door.
Deco, getting more and more perturbed that nobody's letting him help.
Hold on a sec. I need to do a measurement.
You know, I wonder if Deckham's doing alright.
He grabs the next one. Let me help you!
I'm sure he can handle himself.
Oh, I trust that he can. I'm just worried that if no one lets him help, then he's going to go insane.
All right, Deckham, as you get close to that door, you sense a faint aura of I need to look that up.
What is aura?
Abjuration about 25 feet in and about 15 feet down.
All right. Should have studied magic more.
You can tell that this door is just like the rest. It does not appear to be locked or have a lock.
Yeah. Okay. Deckham's not that stupid. Also, he's being watched.
Actually, oh. Sorry, she's not there.
Oh.
I was setting it
Oh,
up for the morning, and like people were like, "I'm gonna do shit."
I'm sorry. I know that pain.
You are like, other than Mirabella that you saw, who was down cleaning tables, and Brother Bantu, that walked in and let his crazy eyes stare at you for a second. You honestly, this place could be a ghost town, and you wouldn't know it.
Pray there's no ghost to smite.
No, we already did that on the way in. They just don't want to come out.
Are we still linked?
Yeah, it's for a mile.
Yeah.
So as long as you don't.
Deckham is going to think to you too. The halls are pretty empty, and the cellar door does not seem locked. I've found observation magic about just less than 30 feet on inside. Should I investigate further?
Elliot will
I'm worried about alarm spells and the such.
Elliot will chime in from his own experience with the abbey of where he grew up in, which was the abbey of the Broom Sage, and just add, abjuration magic is usually common within abbeys as big as this. I would definitely take caution, as it might either be the alarm spell or possibly something to alert nearby clergy, or at least those who are supposed to guard certain areas, such as like the inner sanctum and the cellars.
Yes, that's what I'm worried about. We haven't met the brother that we were told would be guarding that area. So I believe he's
Also-
probably either down there or has that alarm spell tied to him.
Also, I don't want to risk fighting any of the sisters, as you have not seen it, but Sister Samantha has abilities similar of my own.
Oh, I wouldn't last 4 seconds with them then.
Yes, she is.
Right. We shall leave this
Yeah.
investigation for the next time we arrive.
As
Yeah.
reluctant I am to admit it, I do agree we don't have much resources or time, sadly, with the captain's own apparent impatience.
I mean, we can do what we can, but kind of.
Hey,
pushing our
Tin
limit.
Man,
Yes,
you still have a peeling them potatoes?
absolutely.
Get in here.
Gotta fucking die.
Ezra bless you.
Sir,
Bless you.
sir, the wall! Sir!
yeah, I haven't- I
that's
gotta
that's me, that's me.
Deckham, are you alright?
Oh, yes. I am peeling potatoes.
Ah. Alright. Well, at least you're able to assist them.
Finally, I thought I was going to go insane.
Please don't. I'm afraid what would happen if you go insane.
I don't know if a robot could go insane, but I felt like I was close.
Elliot's
Who
just
believes
saying
you
out
in?
loud. Elliot's just
Put him
saying
back
out
in
loud.
the corner there. As he points. Be careful, don't fall down the trap door.
Trap
That's for the
door.
dumbwaiter.
Oh, I wouldn't fit down a dumbwaiter.
You're a smart waiter.
Hmm.
You see a barrel that's been filled with potatoes.
All right, Deckham begins peeling, and thanks to the party. New discovery. There's a dumbwaiter in the kitchen.
Huh.
It heads down.
About how big is it?
About 4.5 feet across.
I might be able to put you in there, Kyle.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
There's a brother in the kitchen, though. You either have to be rather stealthy or just let me know and I can distract him.
Guess
I
I'm
think-
coming.
Word of caution. Perhaps we should not press our luck this evening. They seem to be already wary of us.
Yes, maybe we should just use this soiree here to gain a rapport with these people. I'm sure we'll be returning to this place.
Agreed.
I see no problem with that, at least for the time being.
That being said, again, I am still curious about Sister Samantha, being that, as I mentioned before to you both, I am certain I've seen her in that strange dream that we were all having in Callisti's lighthouse.
Well, not all of the dreams here have been bad omens. Maybe she's a small light in this tunnel. But, yes, I will keep wary. I will keep reading these people. I'm rather good at reading the emotions of the living.
I mean, technically you're still... Never mind, I'm not getting into the...
No, technically, yes, I am alive, and I have thoughts and a consciousness, but the sense of self is new and terrifying.
I suspect the proper term is the understanding of the flesh bags.
Wow,
we
that is
both-
fucking rude.
I hate you, Miser.
You know these songs, Tin Man? I don't sing all the ones I know already.
Yeah. Mainly marches, but I do have several songs that we used to sing around the campfire to raise the spirits of the troops.
Pulls out phone.
Hey, I'll take anything, any port storm, right?
All right. Bang bang. Music starts playing.
It hits his chest. A boombox pulls.
Hey, where I gotta go get one of you? That's fancy armor.
Oh yes, it is quite fancy. I am one of a kind, custom made, really.
Is it my mother? Bless her soul. She always told me I should go get something fancy like a lawyer job. And I was like, no, I'm gonna live on the streets like Dad. I got into alcohol. I tell you, the devil's water.
That is very true. We have someone in our traveling group who drinks this stuff constantly.
And then I ran into a guy that called him a barbarian. He almost cracked my skull in half. That's why I can't see straight. And now I see all things.
God.
God, that's true. If we sneak her in, I can't distract him. I gotta shove him in the corner. He can see
Finally, the man that
360.
has a- He also could have disadvantage.
You get an
He can't
impression,
take-
though, like he says that, but he might be blind in one of the eyes.
One of his eyes actually fall out. It's the glass one. Shit, lost it again.
Oh God, why do I never give myself any utility spells?
Because you want to. Wait, you're literally a utility caster. Why don't you have utility?
I'm a utility combat caster. It's very different.
God damn it, Jeebus.
And
I don't know how to build spellcasters.
Don't.
I really
The
don't.
secret is to build them fun.
Yeah, I mean, Deckham's toolset is very fun in combat. Are you from the island, sir? Did you move here?
I grew up in Paradigm. Really don't suggest it. Those were dark days back then with Jack coming around. I thought for sure he was going to come from my pappy. But it never did. That pissed Mom off all kinds of things. Then she killed him with a boa bottle. Then again, he was drunk and he brought two other floozies around. God, what was their names? Made me call him Auntie. Andy Juicy and Andy Boozy. That's right.
Those don't seem like real names.
I don't think so either, but you know, Dad was a bit into the drink. Used to see things.
Really? Like what?
He said he had a bottle. He drank from it with his friend Dan. They could see Jack.
Never mind.
And this jacked fellow, who seems like a nasty individual.
7 lives every 7 years for 7 nights. But I hear the new chief constable fixed that problem.
Well, good to hear. I don't want to have to deal with that. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, the whole town went all kinds of crazy. Criminals be doing all kinds of stuff, saying, "Oh, Jack did it. It couldn't have been us." Rich people dying. People out in the slums dying. I heard Jack once made a man explode.
Wow, I should keep this. Is this Jack figure's next 7 years going to be coming up soon?
What year is it?
I don't know.
Maybe? Nah, wait. Let's see, See, that's the problem. Mama was she wanted me to become an accountant. I can't count shit. Yeah, I used to be able to.
Then the barbarian incident, yes.
What barbarian incident?
This knife is rather dull.
So is this man.
Oh shit! It has a butter knife.
Why the fuck did he get
It is a
butter
cleaver.
knife? I'm so glad.
Deco looks at it.
Fuck.
Well, it's about as sharp as one.
There's some sharper ones over on the wall. Watch out for old finger taker.
Well, he'll have to work hard to take one of my fingers.
That's what I told it. As he holds up all 10 fingers.
I was about to look at his hand.
But you actually see some very serious scars around a couple of fingers.
Oh my
Well,
god.
it looks like he's tried, but he's failed. You're a hearty one.
Abatis, she put him back on for me.
Ah, yes, that makes more sense. My friend did come in here injured, and she immediately went to heal him. Quite the sight, really.
I wish she was a bit more chipper. Yeah, but he used to love me singing. I guess she's just okay with it.
She does seem to have a lot on her shoulders. Did she always she always act like this when she was not the abbotess, but just a sister? Hard to say just a sister when they're...
She always took her duties real serious like.
Did she have any friends in
Understandably,
town?
she
Anybody
used to
she
have
would
a
go
bit of an
visit
engagement.
regularly?
What?
Did she have any friends in town? You know, anybody she would go visit regularly?
Oh, friends I know about is the 2 she came in with.
The two
That's it.
sisters.
Yep. Said they was outrunning a crusade.
All right.
What the hell crusade is? Mom always said I should read more.
Reading is
It's kind of
quite
hard. I don't
important.
count the eyes.
Yes. I remember Mr. K having to tutor someone who had a disability with their letters. Said they all changed their directions whenever they were trying to read.
Mine is they don't build books that you can split in half, so I can read one over here and then one over here at the same time. He holds his hands out wide.
He's not even looking at his hands, he's looking at something else.
Tekka's gonna think, have you two been listening into this? I've been trying to get information, but every time I ask a pointed question, he seems to divert me. This one is crafty.
That is just stupid.
There could also be a mental block in his mental facilities.
I mean, what? You're running that spell. That maybe there's something that's preventing memories from flowing into his head.
Do I notice any magic on this fucking idiot?
No.
Oh, then he's just dumb.
No, I do not believe this man is magically inclined in any way.
Oh, so he's just dumb?
Perhaps he is just ignorant of all the situations.
He seems to have a bit of head trauma.
Ah,
I really hope all the rest of the children have family to come and get them, just like the others. It's really sad what happened in here in this village.
others?
Yeah.
There were others.
Oh, sure. It was, let's see. See, the blue hair one, she come in first for Rustin. And then, two neighbor boys, I think they were mild from her. Yeah, Jason, Jaden, that's right. They came in, but, Abbott says their uncle come and get them.
When?
Uncle, did you see this, Uncle?
Nope, I stay in my kitchen, except for when I have to go into town or go check the shrines.
You are a man of duty. Do you know how long ago this uncle came and picked up these children?
About 2 weeks ago, I think.
Did they say where they were headed?
Nope. Wait, where was it? What's the moon phase today?
Did I see the moon today?
We did
Nope.
not.
It's a bit cloudy outside. I could not tell what the phase of the moon it was.
Elliot immediately
watch.
goes to the window.
You watch as he moves over to the wall, and you see that there is like chalk marks on a blackboard. And he gets like real close with one eye, like real close.
I'm going to look outside the.
Was,
I'm going to
see,
look
it's gonna
outside the
be-
window right now.
so it's gonna be full moon here in a day or two. That would have been on the new moon.
Oh, you've got to be shitting me.
Duckham is just relaying this to the party.
And
Oh, you-
immediately, Elliot jumps out of his bed and looks out the window.
It's a roll me a intelligence or a nature or a religion. I will give you that one.
Okay, religion it is. Here we go.
Yay!
19.
That moon is about. If it's not full tomorrow, it'll be full the next.
It's almost full, as in 90% full.
We may be irritating the captain.
We're dealing with some lycanthrope bullshit, aren't we?
I'm still
Yeah,
not
yeah.
sold on it. If they were taking on the new moon, why would the lycanthrope show up then?
Well, think of it this way. Well, my brain's being dumb.
And from the
It's,
descriptions
we-
of the beast we've gotten, they didn't seem like lycanthropes. Unless they have
Still
a
have the-
different form here.
I still have the hair on me, right, Moogle? And it's definitely like bestial in nature from what I had gotten. I forget, because it's been a bit. My
Roll
notes.
me a nature. At advantage because you've had time to look at it. You know what? I'll just take the 20.
does that want to risk Mariner critting?
You look at it, and it has the consistency of fur, like lengthwise,
Mhm.
but it's wire. It feels wiry like a hog. But the closer you look at it, the more it looks like human hair.
Is it closer or more akin to something like a shifter?
In your experience, how many other shifters would you know?
It's only her, so it's very limited.
What about your brother?
Wasn't a shifter. Kyle's
Ah.
technically an experiment. That's why she is one. Her
Ah.
brother was elf.
Okay. Figure I asked.
Yeah, no. Kyle is
Roll me a
basically
percentile.
Kyle is basically a vampire's plaything and experiment. God damn it.
You weren't the only experiment. You remember that there was a male. And the more you look at this, you've seen a lycanthrope or a were-rat, those kind of creatures, as they were using them to experiment on you. Theirs was very bestial, almost a complete change. This reminds you of his beard when he would shift. It would go from this curly to this straight fur-like in between, but it was never a complete fur like a lycanthrope.
Oh, you've got to be shitting me. I think I know what we're dealing with. We're not dealing with full-on lycanthrope. We're dealing with shifters. She'll relay that to both of them.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
It's bad because they could fit into society a lot easier, but still have the abilities to shift whenever they feel like it, without the presence of a moon.
Then here's the other question. Why are they killing the quote-unquote uncles and aunts? Or at the very least, why are there casualties into this particular fatalities in this situation?
Because they want to do the same thing they did to me. At least I'm assuming, forever ago.
Kyle, this is
They
a
want
hard
me-
question. How
Go
old
on.
were you when you were taken?
10? I actually forget, because it was young. Did we just... Hold on, let me look in my notes, because...
My friend, how old were the boys when they were retrieved from by their uncle? Sir?
Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry, did you talk to me?
Yeah, Deco goes, my friend, how old were the boys when they were retrieved by their uncle?
Let me see. Jace 16, Jaden 15. That's right.
Deco relays that and he goes, they were almost men by then.
Hold on, I'm reading...
Probably pretty close to fighting shape as well. I fought alongside
they
many
was-
men, many young
Say
men
that,
that
didn't
were their
Yeah,
age.
this is in the heads.
Sorry.
Yeah.
DM, may I roll a religion of some knowledge of what I know about lycanthropes?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Know thy enemy.
I mean, Ellie is a Dampier. He kind of has to go after a few of these things.
And your
Okay.
order.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like your whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So DM, just let me know what I say is incorrect or correct or whatnot. But Elliot's just thinking about, I was like, may not be related to shifters, but I do know that natural born lycanthropes are usually they get their first change for females on their first menstrual cycle, roughly between the ages of 13 to 15. And similar for males, and a similar age as you have stated, Decim, they'd be considered adults upon their first transformation.
Wait. Did we... Here's one thing that's kind of bothering me. The aunts and the uncles, did we ever ask if they were related by blood?
We did not.
No.
Fuck.
That might be information we might try to glean. Unfortunately, I don't think we have access to the children while they're trying to fucking sleep.
Not just that, but I don't think, at least Candace did not mention anything about being related by blood or blood related to her aunt and uncle. As she told me,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
the mist appear. She was with her aunt and uncle. Yes, she remembers her parents, but she knows they were not dead, or at the very least.
Okay, to clarify that, Miser.
Okay.
She woke up to seeing her uncle ripped in half. She has no idea if her parents were there or not.
Oh,
Her aunt
okay.
was screaming. She didn't see her parents. She just assumed they got killed first.
Okay. So let me rephrase that then. The child Candace woke up to her uncle being torn in half. Her parents, or at least she assumed her parents, were killed first since they were not there, present. The beasts were. And her aunt was screaming, and she fled. How... Why do I get the feeling that these orphan children are children of true lycanthropes, and the bestial parents want their children back before they turn, and are using the people here that quote-unquote adopt them as the scapegoats.
Only problem is we still need a little bit more information to see where we're going, and don't have that currently, outside of just guesswork.
The only clues we can probably find maybe is the farm that Candace ran from, her home.
Yeah.
Yes, that seems to be the most untouched area. While we're there, I'll do my best to distract the sister that comes along with us while you two do the investigation. I would assume that they would try to hinder us if they are in the loop.
That, or if we... And I do feel bad for making accusations without any groundings, but if they are none the up and up of our good interests, they might be trying to cure the children of lycanthropy, or true lycanthropy, before they make their first turn.
You know, the one thing that didn't fit with me exactly was... What was her name? Sister Laura? The one that was staring at me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sister Laura was kind of staring at me a little oddly.
How so, if I may dare ask?
It was
I
just a
couldn't really-
longer glance than the usual. She seems interested in our friend here, which, if we are dealing with what you two believe we are, would make sense that she might know something. And isn't she the one that's supposed to come with us tomorrow?
Yes, as
Perfect.
well as
Unless we
my...
kill her.
I might be able to get her to slip up and say something she wasn't supposed to.
The reason why I'm asking is she might be either... She's also the one that I believe I picked up some of the celestial bloodline.
I noticed some very powerful magics of the gods on Semi as well.
Is it possible that it could be like the woman from before, where the gods are twisting their minds to do something? That would
It
also make
is a
sense why
possibility.
that would also kind of make sense then on why they wouldn't want people into the inner sanctum that weren't on the up and up.
No, they don't want anyone that is not part of the faith of Ezra in the inner sanctum. As many
I
cleanses-
thought she said just herself and anyone that they select as well.
Yes. Which again, we are immediately disqualified because we're not followers of the faith of Ezra.
Are we?
To clarify, it's the abbot, whoever
Okay.
the abbotess chooses, and like, so whoever she chooses, that apparently,
Okay.
in a religious standpoint, the way that you felt it was only those who are qualified to do the rituals within the inner sanctum are allowed. It is a rank and file thing.
Okay.
Yes, is also the fact that you had to be a faith of Ezra to even be considered possible chosen for that. Is how Elliot picked it up.
Yeah.
Well, if they're looking for new recruits into lycanthropy, I can't see why I wouldn't be on the table. I think I would be a very interesting being if they were able to turn me.
Can you even become a lycanthrope?
I have
Or-
no idea.
I do not think that they remember the particular keywords. They are escaping a crusade. Now the question is, what was that crusade about? Was it really what was been told to us? They're trying to flee their more xenophobic members, or were they fleeing from the consequences of being xenophobic sect members?
Well, the only thing we know about Darkon is that it's xenophobic in nature, or from what we've been told from someone that's also lying to us, so...
I wouldn't
Again,
say
face
lying.
value.
I would say withholding information, which would make sense. We're brand new here. We haven't done anything to help. We could
haven't
be
done-
completely wrong in this situation. We should continue to do a fact-finding mission first.
Agreed. Once all possibilities have been eliminated and only the truth remains, no matter how impractical it is, well, that is what we found. So, for now, let us just get some rest, watch our doors just in case, and be ready for tomorrow.
Also, Decim, I'm pretty sure that man is holding the potato, like, upside down and almost chopping off his finger, so you might want to help him.
I think he's cut himself like 3 times since we've been here. These kids are getting in a lot of iron.
Are you sure he is not some sort of lycanthrope just giving his blood to the others and infecting them that way?
I don't think that's how lycanthropy generally works.
It works on various ways, but I understand there is a true blood and the true born and those that are infected by the bite. But usually when it comes to the bite, it is still the transmission of the virus, either through virus or curse, either through the saliva or blood and other bodily fluids. But it's basically a part of the infector being placed into the infectee.
Hey, Metal Man, can you do me a favor?
Absolutely.
I think Sister Mirabelle in the next room. Ted, I'm gonna need the bandages again. I got the eye problem, but it getting real fuzzy.
Yes. Elliot, quickly. If somebody had a silver coin and they touched a lycanthrope, would anything happen?
They would get burnt,
Perfect.
and wounds do not heal.
As I'm moving past him, I'm going to tuck a silver coin between my 2 fingers and just like gently kind of just move past him by like putting a hand on him.
You real shaky.
Oh, sir, you seem to have
Sure,
lost a lot of
you should-
blood.
Be sure that the silver actually makes contact with their flesh. If they're wearing clothing in between, it actually acts as a barrier.
And then I will act rushed and kind of spin her out around the door and graze it past his neck. Just like over the back of his neck.
Nothing.
Alright. He seems clear.
And well, that's the thing that also could be bad, is shifters technically don't feel anything with silver.
Deku comes running out. Sisters. He's hurt himself again.
It's just her. It's just her. So
Yep, sorry.
she looks at you, and you that same resting bitch face. It's his time. It's time again. He's been using the knife.
Yes, I've skinned
She
about.
just walks past you, and you hear like something open up. And Banjo, I told you not to use the knives anymore. But I gotta cook the food for the kids.
My man. He out here trying his hard.
You watch as she just full on like grabs the knife from him. There is like that rush thing as she starts, bandaging his hands.
As she takes it, Declan goes, "Oh, I'll take that," and holds out both of his hands. And as she, does she hand him the knife?
Yeah.
He'll take it with both hands and try to graze her with the silver coin as well.
You are really. You don't see any reaction other than she's just kind of like taken back by like how cold your hands are, probably.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I do apologize. No, circulation means no external warmth.
Right. Come on, Banter. We have to. These are deep.
Right, back to the pile of potatoes for me. I'll shave off the ones that got blood on them.
There is a basin to wash.
Perfect. As they leave, just out of curiosity, Deku's gonna open the dumbwaiter to see what it looks like.
For those upstairs, you hear some stomping and then a knocking. Yeah, at the end of the hallway, where you know that Sister Sammy went.
I'll just step out to take a look.
I'm gonna
The door
slide
kind of
ahead.
opens.
Well, actually, kind of. There we go.
You've been using the knife again, haven't you, Banto? You need to be careful. I just wanted, help her. I didn't want to bother her. She cleaning tables.
Sorry, what was that?
That's a lot. You don't have enough blood from last night. Yeah, you need to be careful. Are you gonna watch or?
Oh, wait. I moved. There we go.
I'm gonna just slide a hand my door open just a crack because I don't want to.
Elliot not being, again, subtle.
Thank
So-
God I am.
Roll me
At
a
least
perception.
someone is.
Sure, because he's just gonna simply step out.
Did I as well or no?
No, this is just gonna be Elliot being Elliot.
Oh no! God damn it!
But
She
step-
seems to do what you would call lay on hands, by clasping his hands between hers, and there's a soft glow.
Elliot will just simply ask as he steps out, and then just says, "Sister Maribel, is something wrong?"
No, just everything is fine, Mr. Elliot. Just Brother Banto got in a fight with a knife and was proceeding to lose. Yes, bless y'all.
I shall walk over.
The elements.
Wait. Did I just hear that as I walked up close?
Yeah, he's just kind of, you can tell he's you can roll me a medicine if you want.
This man's a
Sure thing.
few pints short of a gallon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just, ugh.
There is
Nice.
there is not much blood on him, but you get to looking at him and the wounds and stuff that you see are being healed. There are a number of them, and this man may not have had enough time to regain blood from previous excursion or fights with that knife.
My God, this man out here trying his hardest.
This is Elliot. He's going to do this. He's going to place his hand on. Well, he'll help Sister Maribel. And we'll cast this first level. Here, allow me to help.
You watch as the wounds were closed by Sister Sammy. You watched as the color returns to this man with your spell, and there's like a weird moment of clarity. He stopped, as he kind of comes back into like having blood flowing. Oh, well, that's a heck of a thing.
Are you well now, brother? I believe they called you Vanto.
Oh, yeah, wow. Oh, excuse me. I think I've been missing a lot of blood lately. I'll definitely take it into better consideration, Sister Mirabella. I will let you handle the knives. Roll me an insight.
Oh, for sure. I'm a little curious because of all the information I got from Deckham. Now I was like, this guy's acting strange, and Elliot's gonna relate this too. It's like, Elliot and Kyle, he is acting strange after I casted a Cure Wounds spell upon him.
Why did you talk to yourself?
Yeah. I'm
There
not
goes
real,
my-
I guess. Oh my God, Miser. Like,
You
perfect.
get this feeling that this man, you're looking at him. You can see where there was a pretty nasty wound on his wrist. And you can tell it was clearly like accidental or something. And it was healed up the same way that Sammy has been healing them. But he has probably been going on about a week of just way low, low blood pressure, low. He's basically been trying to recuperate, but basically just low blood. And Deckham, when you open the dumbwaiter, you see a dimly lit, fairly spacious cellar.
Alright, found direct access. And then after that, Deckham goes and tries to find some cooking oil to fry up these potato skins that everybody usually throws out.
Well, there is some.
Alright, so if anybody actually ends up coming back to the kitchen, they'll just find Deckham mass producing pretty much just potato skin french fries.
But yeah, as you can tell, this man he's been trying to get along with it, but he suffered a pretty nasty wound.
Elliot will just again relay whatever he's seeing to the others, and especially toward Deckham. Like, he knows that this man had a nasty scar on or injuries on his wrist.
No, I did not.
Anything in particular?
It doesn't look like it was self-inflicted, but more like accidents. But I suspect the self-harm has left him anemic, low blood pressure, and lack of blood. Which, again, Elliot looking between Vanto and Maribel. So would Brother Vanto be okay now, or would he need further assistance?
Yes, that was quite. You see, Sister Sammy. I'm sorry, I was a bit tapped out from the day.
Understandable.
Usually not the one who helps him. Usually Evelyn. Thank you.
Jacob
Yeah,
was
yes.
with her today. Did she use a lot of spells?
She did seem to. She touched a lot of people, but you're not sure if she did cast anything or not.
Okay.
And you were kind of in the middle of the round.
Okay.
Here's a weird question. Did he say at all how long he's been here?
Nope.
Not to me either.
Shall I ask? As
Uh,
he thinks that.
I have blood to go clean up.
wait till the sister, or at least till you're alone.
She comes in, the place is fucking spotless.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello!
Resting bitch face, but definite confusion.
I finished
Yeah,
peeling the
you-
potatoes.
It would probably.
Well, if you will excuse me, I suppose I should help her clean up.
Yes, and do be careful with the knives.
Yes, thank you.
Elliot, ask how long he's been here before he leaves.
He's heading to. He'll simply think think back to the more mental speak and just say, he's heading to the kitchen. I'm sure Deckham can ask the question much more smoothly than I could.
I mean,
Tend to watch the oil, everyone. These potato skins are still quite wet. It does tend to spurt when I put the new ones in.
what the heck?
Are you? Smells good, but what are you doing with them potato skins?
The ones over there should be cold. Should be cold enough for consumption, but do be careful in blowing it before you eat them. Try
I
it.
usually call home fries.
Dude,
Or
I want some
hash.
home fries actually now.
So
Now, what was we talking about before I had my situation?
Oh, we were talking about how long you've been here.
Oh. Jeez, let me see here. Counting was never my good side. It was my mom's thing.
Yes, you did say that. But were you
Said I-
a young man when you got here, or?
I was, let me see here. Let's see. Got in a fight with that gang. Let's see, I had, it was, shit, it was before my hair started falling out. Jeez,
At least
now
mid-20s.
that I think about it, I've been here about 32 years.
32 years, that is quite the time.
yeah, he is still younger than me.
He's pretty good.
Yes, most people tend to throw away the potato skins, but that's where most of the nutrients are, actually.
I bet the kid like these.
They will, but don't feed it to them too often, or they'll get a bit pudgy.
Nah, we had some kind of sauce. Something tangy but creamy at the same time.
I hate you. Shut up. Do you have the pairing gift, the tomato?
Have you heard of a tomato before?
God damn it.
Yeah, I got like, what was it? I'm a chef, sir.
Well, fantastic.
I mean, I'm not.
Blend that up finely with some vinegar, salt, and a little bit of
Sugar.
sugar. Yes, thank you. That Cole just forgot the word for sugar.
Wait, there's vinegar and ketchup? Ew.
I believe so. Just a
Yes,
little bit.
There is to shelf stabilize it, but you know, in like actual decent ketchup, there isn't.
Oh,
That's
I
the
knew
reason
sugar
why
was
you can leave. That's
preservative.
why you can leave ketchup on a freaking table at a restaurant for like 3 years.
Ew.
There's
Oh.
enough vinegar that it can't go bad.
or I could teach you how to make an aioli.
The hell's an aioli?
Heard of ranch?
No, but I like the sound of that.
All right. I have no idea how to make ranch, but Deckham does. 'Cause I've made
It's funny, 'cause
aioli
that's
before.
what he was describing earlier.
Oh, really?
Wait, how have we somehow come full circle to talking about aioli again in this campaign? How?
Because Deckham is a fancy fucking boy.
Every time we keep getting on fucking aioli.
Goes fantastic with potatoes.
Sister Samantha looks at you. Elliot,
Yes.
thank you for that. Have a good night.
Same to
And
you.
again,
Sister.
if you need anything, I'm just behind this door.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you. He'll linger for a brief moment, then make his way back in, and then again, just a bit of the slight paranoia. He will use the greatsword that he was with for a while and places it right under the doorknob.
Roll me a D100.
Here we go.
The door breaks.
21.
Anyway.
You hear this voice. I have been used for many things, but a doorstop is not one of them.
Oh, well, get used to it for the time being.
Could I fashion a with my thieves tools? Could I fashion a makeshift lock from some stuff from my bag?
Roll me.
All right.
Ah.
No.
Yeah, you're not MacGyver in this one.
I figured.
But yeah,
I was due for a nat 1 sooner or later.
Elliot will just speak just a little out loud to the sword and just says, well, get used to it. I don't want any unfortunate things to happen while we're here.
Unfortunate things. You mean like your hesitation, knight?
Upon asking the sister Samantha about our connection or something of that man.
I mean about you sitting and praying instead of going after your ally.
Aura. If I know exactly where he's at, I start going.
That is not what concerns me. You hesitated when danger crept.
Did I?
You sat and kneeled at an altar instead of going after your ally, knowing that the mist wasn't coming.
I still went
You
in the
would
end.
have saved him.
That miss was unnatural, but yes, you are right. There was a moment of uncertainty.
Be certain of this, knight. I'm not a sword. I'm not a tool. I am a decision. St. Cuthbert granted me the only thing is my entire purpose is to be a decision. I am not for one who hesitates. I am not for second guessing. I am the last decision you make before death follows. Do not hesitate again.
Well then, let us hope that when I make those decisions, that we strike true and no innocent blood is spilled. And it's in the defense of the innocent. That being said, what do you know of my predecessor? Or at least the one that came before me?
The one who wielded me before you was a man without hesitation, even cursed by the darkness, to a lifetime existing within the dark, but being sustained only on the blood of the living, being cursed between life and death with his soul forever in peril. He did not hesitate to act. He struck true against evil wherever it sat. I do not know why. But I know I was taken from him. Or at least that's what I'd like to believe. For I cannot fathom why such a soul warrior would leave me behind.
Well, considering how some of these people seem to recognize you, I guess we're following on his tracks at the moment and to find out the truth of it. But, as you pointed out, I won't hesitate again.
May the light of Cuthbert guide you.
And may I strike true.
Alright, what's everybody else doing?
Teaching this man how to make sauce.
Alright.
Also, he will at some point. Sir, I do apologize, but the scoring of people with flesh, it's the only way I know how to say it, is interesting to me, and I've noticed something on your wrist that seems new to me. How did you come across those?
Oh! Finger taker.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
He looks up at the wall at a knife.
I know I had detect magic up when I came into this room. Is that nice evil? Or is he just that terrible?
Actually, I want you to roll me either an intelligence or a wisdom nature, or a nature check.
Alright, they're both the same. So, nature. 4.
You
Wait.
don't think it's cursed.
Can I use die inspiration?
Sure.
Six.
D-Beth.
It's better.
It's
Oh my
better.
God.
Do you pick up the knife or do you leave it on the wall?
Oh, he'd pick it up.
Oh no. Deckham, no.
You know what? Because your insight was high enough, I'm going to give this to you just because you are somebody who cooks. Whoever made this knife was an idiot. It is the most unbalanced. In fact, the more you look at it, you're pretty sure this used to be some other kind of knife and someone like tried to carve the handle to match different. In fact, you just realizing this knife is like a really shoddy left-handed one being used by a right-handed guy, and it is made out of, you're not sure what this handle was, if it's some kind of imitation bone or some or horn or something, but it is the slipperiest damn thing.
Sir, I have to say, this is by far the worst knife I've ever held.
In fact, as you say that, it'll roll me a
Thanks.
d20.
Oh, D20?
Falls out of your hand.
He's trying to cut him.
13. Oh god, unlucky number 13.
Oh my God.
Yeah, as you're speaking and you start moving it, it flicks out of your hand and sticks into the wall, like that slippery, and you're just
How
like
did-
both staring at it. Like,
I wasn't even gesturing with that hand!
yeah, I know. I think about it. I never had anybody else use it.
This needs to be put in a box. Locked away. Especially where you or children can't get to it. Someone will
Scared to
die.
touch it, to be honest. I mean, it almost killed me. Took 3 fingers and slit my wrist on the other hand.
You recall that Elliot mentioned about the damage he had suffered.
That's what he just
Right.
asked about. Right, well,
Yeah,
sir, I
lesson.
believe this used to be a sword at some point. Somebody just carved it down into some sort of knife for some reason.
That explains why I got it for 2 copper.
Please. For the children. Never use this again.
For the children, I mean, not to be mean, but as we're blessed, but to everybody. You watch as he
Very
kinda
true,
walks
but you're the
over,
one who
like,
cooks
picks
for the
up a
children,
crate.
and to lose you would be a horrible, horrible.
He kind of picks up like a weird box and just kind of walks over and like someone trying to pick up a spider with a box, just kind of.
I'm just picturing fucking Family Guy with the frog at the window.
Pretty much. He's trying to get this knife in this box. He's just like, I don't want to get in.
Right, yeah. I'll just put the box on the ground, and he's gonna mage hand, hopefully. Just that'll keep a hold on it.
Roll me a d20.
Oh god. He should have cleared the room. This knife is bloodthirsty.
Somehow, you're sure that you got a hold of it, you got it out. And the knife not only goes in the box, but you're like, how did it do that? Because the mage hand was so good on it. But the blade, literally, you just watch the knife like flick, do like 2 somersaults and then like stick into the freaking box.
I know
damn
we
it,
are in a
I think I
holy
know what-
place. I have checked if that thing is magical. That holds an evil deity.
Figure out what the fuck that is, Moogle. If I'm right, I hate you.
You hear just the softest.
Yeah, it is. God damn it.
Okay, what? Did you hear
I was
that?
just saying things. I don't know. Sometimes I get this weird thing in my head.
This thing needs to be sanctified. Elliot!
Yes.
Get down here! I need your expertise.
All right, I'll be right back.
I'm in the
Are you
kitchen.
worried at all?
I just
Elliot,
yes,
what's your passive?
14.
As you reach the door, you hear a sound. It
My
sounds
hand
like something going drip.
drip.
Yes.
My hand slowly moves from the door to the sword, and
off.
It was in the corner. You hear it well enough that you hear it here.
unfortunately, I don't have any divine sense at the moment left. So
Well, you have eyes, right?
oh yeah,
He has a sword.
like I said, just in case it was an unexpected visitor. Make sure I got my hand on the proper item and not just flailing about. And I turn slowly and menacingly so to face the direction of the dripping noise.
As you turn and hear it once more, you watch as this single bead of black drips from the floor to the ceiling. Or more unusually, it drips to this strange black and silver spider on a cobweb.
Kael, Deckham,
Uh-huh.
do either of you know anything about a silver black type of spider creature?
No. Why?
Not off the top of my head.
Because there's one right by my bed area in the corner of the room, which...
Big? Small?
How big is it? DM?
It's about the size of a black widow.
Size of a black widow, but the fact that this dripping is going from the floor to the ceiling.
You hear it, you see it, this next bead, and the spider, as it hits, there's this twitch, and you see this red sheen, this red glow across these cobwebs. And you see in this crude, angular cobweb font, it says,
I take a swing.
Why there? God damn it.
Let him finish.
I know.
You see the words, "Run, Elliot."
Oof.
I've killed it!
As you hit it, it seems to just dissipate as this black, coagulated blood.
I relay that message, and I even ask, please tell me at least one of you know about spiders able to write messages with their cobwebs in a bloody manner.
I don't know about blood, but familiars.
Yeah, I was gonna say something magical, maybe.
Yes, because it left a nice message in its webs before I swatted it. It said, "Run, Elliot."
Did it
Wait, why did you
leave
swat
a
it?
body, or did it disappear?
It left a small puddle of coagulated blood.
As you look, the puddle seems to be evaporating.
Never mind, it's evaporating.
That could have been somebody's magical familiar. We might have somebody on our side.
Fuck, I wouldn't know about. Actually, here's a weird question that I probably might need a percentile for. What are the odds of blood magic of the vampires that I was fucked with?
Roll the percentile if you'd like.
I love how I'm just like making shit up like that. 'Cause there's a lot of wow! I love my D100s and I hate them.
I mean, I'm gonna put it this way. you might not know that much about blood magic, but the person who made you sure as fuck did when they used it to make you.
I wasn't asking more so. I would like just kind of like know about like I think I call
Yes.
it hemiocraft in my world. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. The vampires you knew,
Yeah.
it was kind of their thing.
Ed?
You said it was blood, right?
Coagulated.
You could smell it, like when you hit, like you couldn't smell it before, and it looked like black and silver. And as soon as you hit it, it smelled like old, decrepit blood.
Yeah,
Wait.
that's
Oh.
that's why Elliot said coagulated. It's old, rotten blood.
You might be
Elliot
dealing with-
just
Oh, go ahead.
Elliot just adds, if this smell lingers, I'm gonna have to ask for a room change, possibly.
I won't be using my
doesn't.
bed. You can just switch to mine.
Thank you.
It's gone already.
Are we not
But-
worried about that? It told us to run.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's where we're going to call the session tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, but-
With Elliot not having his armor on, he's now armorless at the brief moment, but he'll leave it by the doorstep and he'll start heading toward Deckham's place to help him out.
Yep. That's where we'll pick it up next time.
Blood
Okay.
magic.
So, I'm Goth Moogle. Thanks again for joining us for Sea of Sorrows. Next week is Drake's Salvation, and then we'll be back with this the following Monday. And I'm going to pass it over to Miser.
Hello, everyone. I am currently the hesitating paladin that decided to not hesitate and swat the messenger.
Literally went the opposite way after being told. Moogle, that one's on you.
The sword. That's not what I meant, but I'm going to shut up because this one might be an idiot.
Don't hesitate. Kill's literal thing meant to help.
Okay. Anyway, Miser Mark here. You can find myself on both Twitch and YouTube, the same name, Miser Mark 2010. I'm basically doing my best to stream all D&D sessions that I am part of, and my group and friends are all here in. Also find stuff that I'm collaborating and joining part of in both Jeebus and Dingus and Transpace Mariner in both their YouTube and Twitch accounts respectively. I will also be running the Into the Wildlands Sundays this coming Sunday as well. And that's about it.
Sunday.
Yep. And I gotta do that song of Sunday, Monday, and all that stuff. Anyway, I'll pass it over to Jeebus.
Alright, well, I'm Jeebus the Dingus on Twitter and YouTube. You can find me at those respective places. Been trying to figure out how I can stream Elden Ring without it looking like complete fucking garbage. But we will deal with that at some point. And you will see me next Monday, where my group of people who like each other
We do in spirit.
go through a gauntlet of Dwarven games and physically have to work with each other.
I mean, we haven't actually, fully committed to trying to kill each other yet.
I disagree.
I mean,
Miser. Jack.
Jackal had committed at one point.
Well, I will throw it over to Mariner.
Hello, I am apparently the voice of reason that does hesitate sometimes on things. Of this party.
I think Deckham's a pretty good voice of reason.
True. I think the thing that kills Deckham is his ignorance to certain scenarios.
Oh, absolutely.
But anyway, yeah, I'm Transpace Mariner on Twitch and DM Mariner on Twitter. I should be streaming hopefully Thursday and Friday. I'll be playing some Celeste, and then in the next coming weeks, I'll also try to stream Elden Ring and watch my face get mauled off multiple times over, and then complain about the lag and the dropping frame rate, and that's why I'm bad, and not the game itself. And yeah, and also next week I'll be hosting my campaign. So yeah, I guess that's it. I'll throw it back to Moogle.
All right. Again, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.